Fellas, why don't we jump into it? Yeah, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you doing? Vodka coming in with the first. Vodka, how's it going? How was your weekend? Welcome in. Happy Monday. How's the first full week of 2026 treating you? What's up, Stormy? Holding it down on the YouTube side. What's up, Stormy? How you doing? Dust coming in. What's going on? Dust, how you doing? Welcome in. Soggy, safe travels. Micah, I know you were in here earlier. I think you were probably also traveling. Safe travels to you. Each time writing's M9 and max level, so even my armed fish are ready. Yo, good for you. I actually beat a difficulty 1 clear earlier today. I was very happy. I ended up in a stroke of good luck following a stroke of very bad luck. So yeah, I was just saying, just in YouTube pre-chat, I gotta be honest with you guys, I feel like absolute shit. I feel gross. I have slept so poorly and have tried to take naps and have not been able to. So I feel like absolute garbage. So unfortunately, I don't think this stream is going to be particularly long, like probably like 2 hours. 2 hours is what I'm shooting for. If we get more, great. If less, I'm sorry. But we will regardless be back picking up more Path of Life tomorrow. It's just like, I don't know what it is. I woke up today and I felt way more like flu-like symptoms than before. Before, like, up until like yesterday, it was mostly just congestion, but today I just been like achy, and it's been like off and on. And then after I was freed up, I went to like lay down and I could not take a sleep. I could not fall asleep. I could not fall asleep at all. I saw underworking and started laughing. What's up, you? How are you doing? Bluey, what's going on? Welcome in. I could not sleep because of my congestion. It was crazy. So I was just like, I was even trying. I was like, you guys know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh my god, I have to pee so bad, but I'm so tired and I can't get up to go pee, but I have to pee so bad that I can't go back to sleep. It's just like that vicious back and forth. That was me, where I was like, man, I should go like get some medicine, or I should go like blow my nose, or go get like some nasal spray or something. But it's like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't move, I can't do anything. So that was me for like 2 hours this afternoon, not able to do anything. So I'm like partially rested, but also partially just fucking exhausted. So like I said, tonight might be a little on the shorter side, but got the super flu. I've been sick for like a week and I got my flu shot, so I don't know. You, how you doing? Welcome in. Short stream's fine. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you. Stormy, how are you feeling, by the way? Are you you said you were starting to trend in the wrong direction, right? Are you trending up now? Finally cleaned up my closet so I had space to hang clothes. Let's go. Good for you. You get any new like full-time employment fits? It's a new strain that wasn't in the shot. God damn it. Unbelievable. Still posted a new TikTok. I'll be honest, I have scheduled posts for the next week. You'll notice that it goes up at 4 p.m. Pacific every single day. I'm getting upset. They're not doing well over on YouTube, actually. So I'm gonna need to repost some stuff. I don't know what it is. When I was not consistently posting shorts, the ones that I would post on YouTube would do well, and now that I'm consistently posting, I'm like, hey, nah. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you want from me? So yeah. But Louis, thanks for the hydrate. I just grabbed a sip of tea. You should as well if you're able to. Allergies were nasty today. Got a headache from sneezing so much. That's the worst. Oh my gosh. SEO is frustrating. I don't get it, man. It's crazy. It makes no sense to me. It's fine for now. It's good to hear. Got my pants in such sorted to get my uniform on Thursday. Oh, you got a uniform job? To rotate my base this morning. Oh, it's fine. I forgot to accept clues for a few days, and I sent a video. I had like 25 clues that you guys sent me. It was nuts. Absolutely insane. Also, Google Play Games was just giving me a hard time when I was trying to get set up, so that was cool. I hope I just ended up setting up display capture, which I hate doing, but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you guys in advance for understanding. Like I said, I really want 2026 to be on a pretty good start, but of course had to be sick to start. So we're at least gonna do, I think we're doing quantity over quality, or at least quantity over length. We're gonna basically, our streams are gonna be the equivalents of rabbit sex. Okay, it's not gonna last for very long, but it's gonna happen very frequently. There's gonna be a lot of it. Okay, so that's what you guys have to look forward to at the very least for now. So does that sound like a plan? It's not fine now, my schedule's fucked. Oh, for God's sake. You'll get them next time. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about though, Stormy, right? So you get some rest. Honestly, the thing is like I've been getting a lot of sleep. It's just the quality's been really bad. So it's like I'll go to bed earlier than I have and I'll wake up later than I normally do, but like I will, without a doubt, I will wake up at some point between 3:30 and 4 in the morning. Like I know for a fact, like if I wake up in like kind of a daze, I look at my phone, I'm like, it's gonna say like 3:34, and without a doubt it's like 3:36 or something. What is soup consumption? Actually, I've been eating a bunch of pasta, and like I said, it's super strange. I've been getting like I'll have like these random bursts where I'll be perfectly fine, but then like I'll go to like sit down and actually want to rest, and that's where it hits me the worst. It's crazy. Like I'll be able to do stuff during the day. I like made a bunch of dinner yesterday. I didn't go to the gym today. I was going to go to the gym, but I wasn't feeling that great. Pasta's bad for the flu. Is that true? 6th round of COVID. Don't say that. I probably am gonna need to go to urgent care later this week. She loves this stuff. I like that stuff too, but crap. So yeah, I'm mostly fine. It's manageable. It's just like it's the kind of thing where it's like you don't want to do anything for like super duper long because you're just like blah, 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 you know. So like I said, we'll be doing rabbit sex streams for a bit, but if that's cool with you guys, that's cool with me. I don't mind, honestly. I think that's the thing that I need to do a little better at. And I think the problem is I get in my own head a lot where it's like, man, I want to be able to stream for at least like 3 to 4 hours, just so like that gives a window of opportunity for people who are in different time zones or whatever to like maybe be able to stop in if they want to. And that's the problem, because like if I end up doing like 2-hour streams, that's really tough for people in different time zones, because I start at 8 Eastern, typically between 7 and 8 Eastern. And like that's like end of the day Pacific time and like really early in Europe. So yeah, if I don't give that amount of time, it's a little tough for people to be able to catch up. And that's always a worry in the back of my mind. So I always try and reach like the 3-hour mark. Rabbit sex stream sounds like the obscure version of the deer camp streams. It's just a freaky version. Oh, I haven't checked on the deer cam today. That's what I should have done. Damn, that would have made me feel better, wouldn't it? You're manageable. You're manageable. Nosme, how you doing? Happy Monday. Best part of waking up, Benny in your cup. What do you mean by that? Am I Mr. Folgers now? Does my experience with the flu? Ugh. It sucks. Being sick sucks. Rabbit sex stream said you get to be in Ray's room. What? It's crazy. Get training equipment at home or put a face mask in the gym. It's more just like I didn't feel good enough to do it. I think what I'd end up doing, Stormy, if I were to do anything, is I'd probably just do like the ab roll or maybe like some little things like squats or push-ups or in my apartment. I don't have any room really for any equipment, but the gym's a short walk away, but it is cold out, so that doesn't help. Game so quick made me remember about Nuclear Throne, so I'm back in the trenches. I forgot that started today. Someone reminded me. I remember someone put it on near me last year, and I had to stop watching because they got to a part in Final Fantasy VII that I had not gotten to. So I don't know what they were up to lately, but I hope they're having a good time. Only one Folgers commercial anymore. Folgers has weird commercials. Folgers is weird in general, honestly. Unless Folgers wants to sponsor me, in which case I love Folgers. Hashtag not sponsored. It would be really easy to pass or catch. Yeah, I mean, most people, I find out that most people don't actually wipe down the equipment after, which is crazy because there's wipes all over the place and there's like barely anyone there, so you know if someone didn't wipe down the equipment, and there's cameras, so whatever. So But yes, today we are going to be continuing Path of Life both today and tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we're going to be continuing Fate Stay Night. So we do have a very exciting week. I think the schedule that you guys see in front of you right here, the Sunday through Wednesday, is going to be our schedule for the foreseeable future. So we're going to be averaging pretty much 2 Arknights streams, 1 Fate stream, and then 1 miscellaneous day. That miscellaneous day is going to typically be Nintendo games. It's going to be our watch party days. It's going to be other stuff. So basically 4 streams a week. 2026, baby. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. Like I said, I've been like super that's the worst part about being sick, is I felt like super motivated lately too. So it's been an absolute shot. It sucks. It sucks because I have like so many things that I want to do, so many things I want to work on. It's just like, whoa. So I'm basically just reserving all my energy until approximately 8 p.m. Eastern, when I can hit go live and start reading words off of my stream to you guys. So here's to hoping that we get through this and we can kind of move on with our lives and get back to our better feeling, better health. So I don't sweat enough to get through both my shirts, so I only wipe down where my bare skin touches. At least you wipe it down at all, though, you know? The preach curl thing that your arms go on, the bench. Yeah, the bench. That's it. That's the word. That's the word. Yeah, I haven't done preacher curls in a minute. They I don't know. I am up to 11 reps at 30 pounds each dumbbell, which is my record, which I feel really great, because if I can hit 12, I will consider doing 35s. Fora, what's up? Thank you so much for the get well, dude. I appreciate it. Sorry, I've been like super sicky lately. Fora, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. If anyone over here isn't checking out Fora, I know they create more content on the YouTube side, but definitely check them out. They're super cool. Thank you, Fora. How have you been? What's new? We're going through Path of Life. We're on the home stretch for the aegir story, or at least what's out now, which is very exciting. I'm chugging my tea. Yeah, I hit my record for reps with 30 pounds, which feels really good. So I would love to try and get up to 12, so then I can try 35 and then be like, man, this sucks. But it's just like those small goals are really what it's really what makes me enjoy the gym, right? Because like, I'm not going to look like a JoJo's character. I don't really care. I don't interact with people, so people's opinions of me don't really matter that much. It's all for myself. It's all about how I feel about myself. So all these little goals for me and my little numbers, and when the numbers go up, and you know, and it makes me sweat a little bit more. And then I get to write down in my little private Discord about where I log my workouts that I did even more reps or at a higher weight. I just feel good about myself. So that's what it's all about. It's a mindset thing. So yeah. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's say we jump into the game. So we're gonna go over here, and of course the game's not gonna. Oh wait, it loaded. Holy shit, it loaded. We all go to the gym to look good naked for ourselves. Buff dude I don't know the name of. That was me, actually. I said that. Yo, low-key, I love looking at myself in the mirror. It feels so good. Should I just become the most narcissistic, insufferable prick ever? Even though I have nothing to show for it. I have absolutely no reason to. Emily, thanks so much for the follow. What's up? How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Monday or Tuesday. What's new? Go listen to Ho's New Year's line to crash it again, or Garnvia's skin stop. It crashed when I was loading the stream. I didn't get to hear Hoder's New Year's line though. I thought it just crashed. I clicked on it. I went to go listen to it. All right. Wait, where is it? Is it gone? Bullshit. It's gone. All risk, no reward. Oh well, I'll look them up online. So Path of Life, we left off on, what was it, BP2 after. So did you come away yesterday? No man, I just gotta look them up. So we wrapped up on BP2 after, I think I heard the New Year's voice lines. Need to find them sometime. I think they're probably on the wiki at this point, right? I don't look in the mirror much once in a while. I get out of the shower, pass by. That wasn't like that before and move on. Is that like a, that wasn't like that before in like a, oh, I should get that checked out, or like a, yeah, it wasn't like that before. It's like, yeah, this weird large lump growing out of my back. That wasn't there before, but I ain't seen a doctor. Meanwhile, you look like you got the big freaking worm thing, like your Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen. Crazy to me, they put a line in the trailer for this event and then it just wasn't in the event. This one? Why do they do that? Why do they like this? Yo, actually, hold on. Before we start, I gotta make a quick anime recommendation for you guys. There's this new show that just came out. It is called, hold on. Sentenced to Be a Hero. There was a 1 hour premiere. I don't know how long the other episodes are going to be, but it was really good. It was really good. It had a really unique art style. It has a really interesting premise and really good animation. I think it's gonna be a good show. It's got like a I think it's got like a 9.0 rating already. So I would consider checking that one out, guys. I think that's gonna be like a, I don't want to say like a sleeper pick, because I feel like with the way that things are nowadays with social media and short form content, everyone's gonna hear about it. But I heard about it, I checked it out, it lived up to the hype. I'm spreading that on to you guys. If you guys check it out, let me know what you think. Haven't had the need to get checked out yet. Okay, good. Every once in a while you're like, hey, maybe I should see something about that. I think it was too obscure. Some of the events plot. Oh, interesting. Because there's a very similar one. Ooh. Last time was what the fuck, cool shoulders goes into fridge. Oh my god. Yo, I would love to. Ever since playing Metroid, anytime I'm doing like any sort of shoulder exercise, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna look like Samus in her armor. I'm gonna be so cool. And then I get out of the shower and I look like a wet dog, and I'm like, no Samus today. All right, BP3, like the marine snow. When the blood of our brethren and the flesh of the seaborn become mixed in the water, only our will keeps us human. BP3 before, let's get it, baby. How long are these story nodes? I think my goal is to get through BP3 and 4 today. Unless they're short, in which case we'll aim for 5. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta remember voices. Gotta hurry. Calerpa Archaeus Feridium here? Who else in Malarium is cultivating endangered seaweed? Who's this dork? We're all 9 to 14 minutes? Solid. All right, we take that. It's kind of cute. Hypnea fenestralis. Halimenia fimbriatis. Palmaria purpureus. Wait, the color of this Sargassum pinnata, I cultivated it myself. Why are you on the streets? It's too dry, you'll die. What happened here? Did someone do this? Where are you migrating? Is there something? Wait. Mini Entelechia, but fish. Oh, she does kind of look Entelechia. It's the ears and the eyes. I guess and the hair too. They're gone? This pipe. What? BP5 is particularly short. Okay, maybe we can tough it out. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not super worried about it, but this is what's going on? The rumbling. Is the city moving? The rumbling. Rumbling. It's coming. Rumbling. Oh my god, Attack on Titan. She pulled a Mario. Mamma mia. Something's moving. Who's there? Ooh. Yo. Live seaborn reaction. Whoa. Look at the production quality on this one. Really moved up a bit. Vacuole inflates merrily. Oh, not merrily inflating. No. No, it's already past the Christmas season. We can't be merrily inflating. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Yo. It's the hot women. Not at all. Lucilla and I were just performing regular inspections and maintenance on the city's unit framework. Still no sign of Talia. Come on, Lucilla. It hasn't been that long since we made the report. I can tell you care about her. Did she mention getting into any trouble recently? She isn't one to look for trouble. I can't imagine her offending anyone. What you say certainly fits her profile. Did she ever talk to you about the Waterway program or Beacon data? No. I wouldn't say we're close exactly. We talk from time to time, but she's more of a loner who prefers to work on her own stuff. Wait, is she a suspect? Sorry, maybe I'm making her sound suspicious. But it's probably just stress. There's been fighting almost every day in 6 months. Every day in the 6 months that the Malarium has been away from the home territories, everyone here is on edge. Gotta speak his language, Wiggles full of whimsy. She just gave birth, you can't be hitting on her this soon? Yes, I can. She's a fish. I hit her on her right after she gave birth. What do you mean? I told you. I'm the father. I was on that show. You are not the dad, except I was the dad. Let him... The Church of the Deep continues its attempts to sabotage the Waterway program. We've eliminated many cultists over those months, and until they were exposed, they appeared just like any of our countrymen. But she'd have no reason to... Well, to be honest, I've never quite understood why she chose to join the Waterway program. What do you mean, ma'am? You already know that she used to work at the Institute of Ecological Art, right? I love how no one's questioning the fact that Irene's just, like, completely involved in this investigation. They're like, what? Who's this bird lady? Where did she come from? Everyone around here is fish, and then there's just one with feathers and a lantern. You know, I don't think she technically has the lantern anymore, but still. She's part of the team. Bro thinks she's part of the team. It's like a little kid just like playing pretend. They're like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah. It's like I almost said Make-A-Wish. That's not what I meant to say. It's just a little kid playing pretend and they're just going along with it. The IEA moved to another city when this one evacuated its original position and received new battle orders. Right, and she had the chance to go with them to continue her work, but instead she chose to. Sorry to interrupt, but could you explain more about this evacuation you mentioned? You remember, don't you, Lucilla? You were working on the dome at the time, so you had the best view of the whole thing. I was read IEA is like, yeah, I almost said that. It's so funny. So funny you said that. I almost said that. Make-A-Wish after Degen released 6 months ago and killed her. No! I got a temp Irene earlier in IS and it was great. I got the relic that like auto promote, it like gave you auto max promoted 6-star for free at the cost of like all your originium ingots or something. And it was worth. I got Rosa, Stainless, and Irene from it. Yeah, it was worth because it was only like I only had like 15 originium ingots or something. Yeah. It was one of Aegir's largest volcanic power stations, feeding countless laboratories, and Malarium was responsible for its construction and defense. The city was parked beneath the power station. Through the dome, I could see its red glow illuminate the ocean for miles. The heat it generated attracted many different creatures. It was the largest endangered plant reserve in Aegir, in the ideal environment for Malarium's ecological art to flourish. Then that light turned dark. Seaborn? Yeah. A year ago, swarms of seaborn arrived on the ocean currents, and Malarium ordered an emergency evacuation. Without the natural environment to support it, the Institute of Ecological Art, like other related institutions, was forced to relocate. 3-point parking, let's go! What's up, Sagi? Welcome home. How are you doing? There is a full legion in the city. We could have retaken the power station. War orders from the Waterway program had just arrived. Malarium was in fact being strategically redeployed. I came here with the legion after that. The lives of so many of our people were changed, including Lucilla. By the way, I transferred from the dome to groundwork because I was afraid of heights. Sorry, off topic. Lucilla's afraid of heights? Write that down, write that down. That's crucial to her character. What I miss? Oh, we're just back in Atlantis. And that's nice, Lucilla. And we're hanging out with a Make-A-Wish kid in Irene. She's cute. And I still feel kind of sick, not gonna lie. But hang it in there. How are you doing? How's your day? So you mean to say that Talia might have ulterior motives for joining the Waterway program? That's a serious accusation. I don't believe it either. No, I'm just telling you what I know. But it's undeniable that there are 100,000 souls in the city, and not all of them are fully committed to the waterway program. Most just carry on with their lives, not understanding the kind of path we're clearing out in the ocean. Even our Iberian guest here came to learn more about the program, didn't she? Too stunned to speak. Whether Telia is linked with the Church of the Deep or not, the fact remains that she made an unauthorized copy of data on the waterway program. We'll have to find her to learn why. But Malarium isn't that big. She'd have been found by now, even if she were hiding between dome layers or in the corners of the circulation system. True, she may well have already left the city, but we were unable to find her biosignature in the nearby waters. Is Telia the Entelechia-looking girl that we just had? Path? A path of life? Oh my god, what is this? A fate? Where we stay somewhere at night? Crazy. What is this? An ark full of knights? Unbelievable. What? Is it just me? Or is that night hollow? Oh my god, guys. Can you believe it? It's the Elden Ring. Puh. Insane. Isn't that Pokemon dungeon over there a little mysterious? Sorry. Is the AF early year things, right? Are you guys like getting into the flow of things? Isn't that cock kind of I think we removed those. I think we removed those. We had our fun, but I think we ended up removing those. Nor were there any unscheduled ship movements at the port, and she shouldn't have gone beyond our sensor range in just a few days using civilian deep water equipment. However, the city did make a short movement around 30 hours ago to receive the Iberian mission. Perhaps. Could she have left the city at that time? I love Irene. Oh! Clementia. So the Colombian scientist Christian Wright broke the... Oh, they're just outright saying it? They're just outright talking about it? Oh, crap. Hold on, I gotta lock in. We got a head of water. Clementia's design is so good. Arriving at the sea slut. What? What's up, Micah? What do you mean the sea slut? How are you doing? So the Colombian scientist Christian Wright broke through the barrier for the first time in more than 10,000 years. She's a sea slug? I thought she was a manta ray. They knew about the barrier? Yeah, they talked about it, actually. I believe Stormy. Or he said, fuck no to you reading this pretty low trail. I don't even remember suggesting that. She looks like a manta ray. I feel like that would be cool. I was thinking you get it, but I guess not. No! She's too beautiful to be a slug. Sea slut. Why are we calling her sea slut? Unless, actually, hold on. Wait, hold on. I was skeptical of her. I forgot. I was skeptical of her at the end of last stream. I let her looks deceive me today. I had my guard down because too much time had passed, okay? My guard was down. I forgot. We don't trust her that much. Sea slugs are adorable, though. Okay, let me look them up. All right, I'm sorry. Listen, my guard was down. Sea slugs are cute. Okay, they're all blue. Okay. All right, I see you guys. I get it. I get it now. Okay, I let my guard down. It's fine. The ground ones that have a bad rep on cuteness. Oh, man. All right. We were skeptical of everyone. Remember, we can't trust anyone anymore. The hole she pierced hasn't completely closed even after a year. Air's surveillance of the universe through the opening continues, and so far no anomalies have been detected. They have telescopes that can look all the way through the ocean and into the stars. It hasn't closed out. It's been a year since Lone Trail. Holy crap. What one convo with Old Pianist does to an MFer, we can't trust anyone. Bro, Old Pianist. Yeah. Old Pianist, aka Underwater Anduin. I called her the sea slut this entire event because my mom's first language is not English, and there was a slug on the steps, and this happened. Insert drawing of mom yelling, "Don't step on the slut." The what? The slut. And the fact that this became a huge institute. Didn't she? Wasn't her introduction something about speaking a different language or something? Or was the Doom poster TM? Sea bunnies are real cute as well. What is a sea bunny? Is that Amiya underwater? Sea bunny. Oh, they are cute. I don't like the ocean though. The ocean's scary. Ocean's scary. I actually wouldn't trust anyone that said they were from the ocean. If someone walked up to me and said, "Hey, I'm from the ocean," I'd say, "Proof," and then walk away. Got him. What if it was Scotty? I'd still have to say proof, but I'd believe her. Ooh. Don't blow my nose again. Get the stuff about Horatio? Yeah, her mother never hugged her. It is Ben. I know it's Ben. I appreciate you. I hope things settle down for you a little bit. Yeah, the fact that you were live, the entirety of a night that I was asleep was so disappointing to me. You were live like when I ordinarily would have woken up, and I wasn't awake. It was like 10 a.m. El Mom, yeah. Gladia's cool though. She's fine. She's fine now-ish. She's fine-ish. I'm trying to stop her to no avail. We still have time, but it's running short. Ripping apart the electron clouds with a high energy beam, we're not aware of any energy sources on land that could support such a brute force measure. Does that mean that you guys could probably do the same thing, right? Her method came from the same place as Ayer's technology, prehistoric civilization. All right, so they just outright saying stuff that was assumed. They're saying the thing that I had said and theorized. They're just saying the quiet part out loud now. All right, sorry. We're gonna go through because I think this is important stuff, and we'll catch up on chat after. She had discovered sarcophagi beneath tri-mounts that preserved the civilization's spark and managed to obtain the trust of its custodian. Before leaving the home territories, I had not expected to find anyone with your profound understanding of both Aegir and prehistory from the lands. Yeah, it's very interesting that Kalsa just dives right into this, right? Like she I know she's wanted to go to Aegir for so long and interact with them, but the fact that she just immediately is blabbing about all this is kind of surprising. She's normally a little bit more reserved with important information. So what's she trying to get out of this? You have demonstrated once again that there is still much about Terra you do not understand. Finns trapped in the depths lose their perception of light. Likewise, our nation must continue to explore even if we can no longer support grand expansions. The Stargate, the Twin Moons, the Barrier, the ruins in the Mantle. There is much on this planet that was not formed naturally. All right, hold on. Let's take these one at a time. The Stargate, the moon, the Twin Moons, the Barrier, the ruins in the Mantle. Somebody, fuck, I gotta screenshot this and put in my Arknights channel for later referencing lines. I thought you guys said this wasn't like the payoff one. Aware. I understand some of these words. Don't worry, Soggy. We will train you to be an expert in Arknights lore soon. PM. Who said that? Well, someone said it wasn't like the full payoff. It was more like setup. Path of Life is endgame. Said it wasn't like full, but barely. All right, maybe I misconstrued. I knew it was important though. Give me like a 500-page document. I'll read the whole thing. Listen, don't tempt us, Soggy. We will make this happen. We already just set Cinder up with the story reader. She's gonna be caught up. In the context of the Aegir plotline, it's definitely the. Oh, I thought you guys said there was still more to be had. All right, whatever. Because my expectation for this, by the way, going into this, I expected this to be like the large payoff one. By the way, so having that now reaffirmed or reassured is makes it a lot better. Add your voice and make it a 500-page audiobook. I do have exclamation Arknights if you want 190 Arknights VODs. Can you believe I've made 190 Arknights thumbnails? Path of Life. All right, that's what. Path of Life is Dorothy level. Next one will for sure be Lone Trail level. We just gave non-answers. Okay, I'm asking too many questions. Sorry. So like I said, I expected there to be a lot of payoff here. Like this is the first time we're getting into air and stuff, right? So, okay. Got it. Bet. Listen, hey, it's there. No pressure, but it's there. All right. So, the ruins in the mantle. That's the one that I'm not sure what the ruins in the mantle are. So we're talking like mantle as in like the Earth's layers. I'm trying to think. I really don't know what this could be. Oh, it's related to IS-3? Huh. Interesting. Okay, I won't get too hung up on it. Our Voyager fleets, having traversed to the far side of the planet, have even detected highly unusual terrain concealed behind the distant dark fog. There, the sea currents abruptly cut off as though they had reached the end of the ocean. Is the Earth flat? That is merely a hotbed that has long since cooled. The most important prehistoric relics lie in the Aegir heartlands. You know this, Madam Consul. The prehistoric ruins beneath the seabed are a gift from the ocean to Aegir. They nurtured your civilization and have granted you power and knowledge far beyond the terrestrial nations. And with them, responsibility. As you say, Dr. Calcit, responsibility. When did the land dwellers first call themselves human? When they lit the first fire with Originium, built their first city with stone and mud? On land, self-awareness and identity were established naturally over time. Even today, humanity is often defined in the narrowest terms. For the Aegir, it was conferred. We were not the same race as the predecessors, but we inherited their identity as we inherited their mantle. Okay. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. That's confirming some things I had about old world stuff then. That's what I said, Path of Life is like drilling storm level in that, yeah, the payoff for the plot, but it's also kind of important for the whole set. Yeah, okay. Arknights confirm Earth is flat. Yep. You heard it here. Shows how much she and Aegir are aware of the precursors and how she's well aware of how much the precursors tech they have. And not just tech, but cultural objects. Shows, especially they're under, takes place about a year. Yeah, they just said it was a year after Lone Trail, which is kind of crazy. This is right after 14 and before 15. Yeah. Yeah. Double meaning of the word mantle. Yeah. I immediately I started on one meaning and then doubled back because of what they just said with mantle, and then I was like, wait a minute. Why not both? Nicely done. For once, like... Thus, Aegir was born with responsibility to humanity. The seaborn will not compel us to abandon this duty. On the contrary, they will add to its weight. You are indeed the right consul for malaria, Madam Consul. Where is this coming from? Hey, yo? At 14 and right before 15 is closer, but same difference. I was like, right before 15 is nuts. Your temperament, as Aegir, you are patient and kind. But that does not diminish the arrogance in your thinking. That is to say, Aegir's arrogance. I do not believe our conversations about the hole in the barrier, the ruins in the mantle, and even the future of civilization itself are merely small talk to lighten the mood. Just as I do not believe Aegir will rely on passive solutions. After all, isn't Malarium's departure from its home territories a proactive effort to create a new line of defense? So my question is, Madam Consul, what is Aegir's endgame for the waterway? Avengers endgame? Of course, it's before 15, I know, but still. Sniffle, sniffle. I have already told Gladia Aegir's answer, that which you would call arrogant. You have the right to know as well. There is much on this planet that was not formed naturally, and Aegir does not believe they are unrelated. Be they wonders like the Stargate and the Twin Moons, or calamities like Originium and the Seaborn, these phenomena cannot be random products of spontaneity. They must be interconnected in some way. To solve the Seaborn problem at its source and stop Terra's crisis, we need to fully understand Terra, including the hidden secrets of the land. So, I'm glad that they're saying this, but the question that I keep coming back to is, why now? Why didn't they do it? Like, the Seaborn have been a threat to them for so long, or they've been a problem for so long. They've been constantly evolving against their technology. They've been constantly fighting them. Like, why now? So that's where my distrust comes in, right? Like, or maybe not necessarily distrust, but like there's information that is still not being provided to us. That is the question that I've had the entire time. It's the question that I've had since before this event. So, good questions, Mr. Bloom. Indubitably. So, but yeah, I think it is really interesting to hear about these, like, such large scale questions though, right? You know, like, what are these old things? What are these big overarching problems, and how are they related? Like, that's the good shit, man. This is the cool stuff. But those are for the future. If you simply seek my answer for what's at hand, my end game for the waterway is to ensure that hundreds of thousands of Malarium's inhabitants and tens of thousands of penal battalion troops in Grand Pharaoh live to see Aegir's main force arrive. Little handy. Distress signal from the squadron tasked with beacon development at S-37. Oh, pianist. I always gotta prep for his voice, even though I feel like I've been doing it pretty bad lately. I wish I was doing better. W immersion, thank you. I try. I'm a showman at heart. You're sharp. Save me the effort of looking for you. Do you always come and go without warning? How much has Malarium told you of the waterway program? Thought you'd care more about the hunters. Thought you'd care more about your circumstances. Neither of us is being followed or under surveillance, so my movements have not been exposed. Let's continue where we left off at the Sofont Theatrum. The war between Aegir and the Seaborn has gone on for more than 2 centuries, but both sides have set their sights on dry land at almost simultaneously. The sudden migration of an entire species and change in direction for an entire nation. Perhaps deep down they stem from the same cause. Sounds like you don't trust any of Aegir's plans. You still have your reservations about us, all pianists. No, you don't trust Aegir. And that's what I want to probe him about. I know more than I've told Gladia. This extra knowledge forces me to be cautious about Aegir's past and future actions. But it's too soon for her to know, and not your place to know at all. Our only concern for now is the waterway program. Or just immediately ask the questions I was asking. Exactly. Path connecting the land and the sea. Neither that doctor nor the Inquisition fully trust in this, or else you would not be here. Clearing the seas with powerful weapons to buy time for the main force for the home territories to arrive. Aegir's warfare design is always simple and effective. I feel like I'm struggling with his voice a little bit, unfortunately. I feel like I was doing it better before, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm trying to match the like tone and like random pitch adjustments and speed that he talks in. That's what I've been focusing on. There have been anomalies in the city that we cannot ignore. The Church of the Deep. I heard about a missing person. Make allowances for sick boy hours. Thank you, my goat. That consul's a formidable woman. During Malarium's voyage, she has culled many of the corrupted and thwarted their sabotages, while the two escorting legions have sustained far fewer losses than expected. Everything has gone well, almost too well. Now, a staff member in the program has gone missing at the most crucial stage. This is just the beginning. I'm looking into it. We'll eliminate any potential threats. I can enter most places and evade the Sea Patrol's regular rounds with ease. But I fear the problem runs deeper. I would rather not barge into an important lab or the consul's pensivarium unless I have to. I'm not your messenger to the hunters, Elpianus. You should work with Rhodes Island, Elpianus. Yo, recruit him. Offer him a job. We're hiring. He's considering it. He's considering it. He's going to ask about our benefits next. And I will say, oh, we don't have any of those. We have a land ship for now, though, that you can stay on or come whenever you want. No, 401k. No, we haven't. The union hasn't requested that just yet. Don't worry. So, we'll see. We'll go back and forth. We have dental. We do have dental. So that's something. After all, we can help you move around the city. After all, Aegir sees you as a threat, don't they? Rhodes Island wants to work with me and watch me, I assume. So be it. One more thing. Scotty. You truly care about the hunters. Keep a close eye on her. Hey, speak of the Scotty. 156, 157. What are you playing? Hide and seek? I've never seen a port this busy. Are things not going well on the front lines? Does he need health benefits? Have you seen what happens when you deploy him in front of Dublin flamethrowers? True. You're right, actually. Maybe he should join us. You know? Same way she treats her responsibilities to Aegir. Yeah, we don't know too much about Horatia. Just that she's still around, though. Mother knows best attitude. Ew. Gross. Hog and her mother's plans for Aegir. So how hot was she? Also a consul? Is that what role Horatia plays? Her title that she has, or is she even higher? It's supposed to be in the pre-stream essay, but it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay. No worries. I think it's higher. Okay. That is interesting then. Yeah, I think we'll probably circle back, and I think like a retrospective is kind of interesting too when it comes to like how characters act, right? Like if you learn about a character's history after you see all the things that they end up doing, you can look back and you'd be like, okay, well, those actions kind of make sense then, given what you're taught and how you're raised. So like a retrospective for something like that isn't terrible. That was from our modules. Okay. You're still in the mood for music? Why not? Like soon we might be too busy for it. Speak of the... There you are, Captain Gladia. She's not calling her second captain anymore. Did you guys notice that? You went to see Consul Clementia with Dr. Calcet right after the tribunal, right? How did it go? Well enough, but I was only there to make introductions. They had much to discuss and I had no reason to stay. I did have a brief discussion with Clementia on the current plans for the Abyssal Hunters, though. Aegir's waterway will open soon. Until then, the Hunters will fight alongside the 2 legions accompanying Malarium. See, I was right. I'd rather be out there killing monsters than sit through another debate. So what's the mission, and when do we move out? The command structure and battle plans are pending discussion with the Legion commanders. Scotty. Hey, that's the emergency alarm, right? What's happened? A seaborn invasion? I love the Legion soldier outfits. Everyone in Aegir is dressed to the nines, man. It's crazy. Hope he's AWOL again. He got thrown overboard and she was still calling him second captain. Or still calling her second captain. I am Consul Gladia. Status report. Yes, ma'am. 2 squadrons from Legion X were sent to deploy the beacon at Nest 37 today as planned. But we just received a distress signal. They were attacked by seaborn on the way. The seaborn were prepared. Unclear. The situation is still developing. The Academy of Technology hasn't had the time to produce a report. Are there any corvettes on standby at the port? Corvettes, ayo. What's up, Mira? How's it going? Welcome in. How you doing? What's new? Always, you can claim one by logging into the terminal. Thank you. Keep me posted about the squadron's coordinates. Once close enough, the Abyssal Hunters will disembark and swim into battle. Roger. Swimming out. Laurentina, with me. Scotty, you stay behind. She doesn't want to stay behind. She wants to go fight. Captain, don't overthink it. The contact between land and sea is paramount. Calcit can't be 2 places at once, so I need you to keep the doctor safe. This is an order. Proceed. Keep me safe. Well, no, I'm hanging out with LPNS. I'm fine. Bats. Laurentina's group is embarking for battle, but they just came back. It has something to do with the alarm. The fleet deploying the beacon at Nest 37 was attacked by seaborn, and they're going out to help. You know the Abyssal Hunters? I do. We had a brief partnership on land, facing challenges and battling enemies together, including the seaborn. That's impressive given their temperament and fighting style. I'd go up and greet Consul Gladia myself if we weren't in the middle of an emergency. I haven't had the opportunity since they returned. Does everyone in Aegir know the Hunters? Of course not, but I once worked with them, and even aspired to join them. Oh, I thought she was called an Abyssal Hunter. I thought Secunda was an Abyssal Hunter by title. Are you not talking about attacking Scotty? She's just focusing on the positives. Waiting for Enfield's release. I'm dreading Enfield's release, but also looking forward to it. That was before Jody rescued them and Gladia told her LPU went out for milk again. Oh. Secunda. What? The leader of the Sea Patrol? I know, but she was referred to as an Abyssal Hunter before. Her and, I'm going to call him Gordon, but I don't remember his name. The guy who's doing the white person smile. What was his name? Brandis. I don't know why Gordon came to name. Brandis. Blandis. Yeah. Blandis. The guy who's doing the... You made awkward eye contact on the street and you need to smile. Or else it's even more weird. But you're forcing a smile. Gordon's insane. What's he selling? Fish sticks? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. You guys ever watch Thomas the Tank Engine as a kid? Gordon was kind of cool. Gordon Freeman. My pet name. As if with the current hierarchy as opposed to being rogue hunters before. Oh. Fair. I see you. Someone from your team said you used to be a researcher. My expertise in genetic engineering qualified me for the Abyssal Hunter program. I studied under the head of the project, who was also the first Abyssal Hunter. I guess they, were just gonna tell me. You remember Blandis because I laughed my ass off about us clocking OP as Blandis being his only prior friend, and when I read it, I immediately went gay. What? Blandis OP Yowie? Actually, they did make awkward eye contact from across the room. Or maybe it was sensual. Maybe it wasn't awkward. Ooh. Your pet might pick up a crowbar and kill aliens. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Like Perry the Platypus almost. Crap, my Yowie radar is way undertuned. I gotta lock in, fellas. My Yuri radar is off the charts, but Micah, can you tune my Yowie meter or something? Like I could really use a hand here. It's to compensate for your wildly overtuned Yuri radar. That's what I'm saying. I need some help. I need some help. I can never see the clear Yowie. It's crazy. Needs a stat respec. No, not a respec. Just some help. Just some help. Experience is the best teacher. You do need some help. No, I got tested. I was only in the padded room for a day. It's fine. They said I passed. The test came back positive. Guys, just read the gay goat event. Easy fix. Is that lingering echoes? Yeah, I passed. The test came back positive. Lingering echoes is the lingering echoes is tragic Yowie, right? Heart shattering Yowie. So one day. No, lingering echoes is not essential. It's Opie is the worst communicator on the planet, and you know how much I like Federico. So I saw the eye contact, was like, oh, this is the good shit. This is doomed as fuck. Doomed Yowie. Didn't I make a joke about Olpianus falling in love during the IS3 lore stream? Oh, Yowie's tragic in gacha games. Besides Aventurine and Dr. Ratio, their Yowie's fine for the most part. They have a very healthy tag. You did, and I can grab the text. Oh no. Because it was a joke. Because it was a joke. Let me preface by saying it was a joke. When was the last time they were mentioned in the game? The last time they appeared in the game. They died in the years since their patch. No, they Star Rail's been doing from what I've seen, they've been like revisiting old areas, and they have a new area launching soon, which is exciting. So I'm trying to catch up. The reason I laughed so hard was because oh my water. Out of caution, he glances across the catalog of research topics. After confirming that none of the now halted research topics would have any sort of influence on air, he turns his attention towards the personal notes and letters. Upon the envelopes appear some names that make his heart skip a beat. There are people scattered amongst air technical colleges. We're just, but because Blandis was a researcher, right? Or is a researcher, right? Maybe he does love him. Nah, just kidding. Olpianus is having my child. Gonna get him pregnant by the end of this event. Technical colleges and conservative statuses. Yeah, it's him. I guess him. At the time, few were compatible, and even fewer successfully underwent the operation, but he and Gladia had already achieved spectacular results. But Olpianus has that like one slight malfunction, I guess we'll say, right? Where he doesn't have the thing that'll prevent him from being turned into seaborn. Their most remarkable feat was a 3-day battle with the seaborn in a hydrothermal vent that bought time for 2 energy survey cities to evacuate. The seaborn evolved constantly. With the use of weapons strictly regulated, they were the safest and most effective countermeasure. I watched them leave and return every day. I watched them lie down in the regenerative gel, exhausted, waiting as I recorded the data, tested their functions, and repaired their bodies. Those were the costs of victory that people could not see. Damn. The thing that signals to his body to resist assimilation. Yes, okay. I'm not entirely sure what motivated me at the time, but one day I submitted an application to become a hunter at the Institute of Development Planning. I'd have done the same. What? I mean, I'd have wanted to apply myself. To see your mentor and everyone else risking their lives like that, nobody would want to feel that they weren't doing enough. You seem fit enough, and as a researcher, you are beyond familiar with their functions and combat style. Wait, then why didn't you? Because my application was rejected. Ooh. But why? I didn't ask, and my mentor wouldn't have answered. So you joined the Sea Patrol instead? Because it's the unit that works most closely with the hunters? Yes, and monitors them. The Corvette is ready for you. All right. Sorry, Irene, I shouldn't have bored you with my past. It's fine. Back to work. As the fleet battles the seaborn, we must also locate the missing scientists for answers. The Sea Patrol's objective remains unchanged. As for you, Irene, you're staying with us. Wait, what for? We won't be in the thick of battle, but it's still dangerous. It's the Sea Patrol's duty to keep you safe. I appreciate it, Perfecta, but I'm good. I'm not afraid of the seaborn. Every Inquisitor has seaborn blood in their hands. Former Inquisitor, as I recall from your files. I appreciate your assistance during the investigation. Like I said, you're sharp and brave. What weapons does she have on her? Does she have her sword and hand cannon still? But you didn't come to Aegir to fight. Go back and stay with the other emissaries. Are you implying that the war between Aegir and the Seaborn is beyond a land dweller's comprehension? Im immediately took offense. Yes. That's crazy. Your concerns are justified, but trying to comprehend is why I'm here. There are many things I, as an Iberian, need to understand. Aegir, the Seaborn, true war, and everything that's happening in the depths of the ocean. The land isn't far from here. Aegir has only a single city in this region, but beyond it lies the entirety of Iberia. Don't worry, I don't intend to get myself killed at sea. Such maturity at your age, you must have a good mentor. From what I've heard, better than yours at least. Oh! It's crazy. Prepare a set of deep water equipment for Irene. Let's go. Irene in scuba gear. That's crazy. Dario's goated. Dario. Rip Dario. I miss him. I miss him. He really did grow on me. Just you wait. Irene, you imbecile. If you die, it'll be a diplomatic incident. Just accept it. It's fine. She's stubborn. She's stubborn. She's a stubborn little bird. All right. BP3 after. Let's keep it going, fellas. Solid pace. Solid pace.
Audio log number 13. Unknown language, unknown time. The reactor of a United Star Line starship still burns so brightly. Since the atmosphere control center crashed, we've been shrouded in dull gray clouds. A radiant sight like this certainly lifts the spirit. To my pleasant surprise, Valeria was also on the starship. I discovered once she landed that she had come to bid farewell to her mother. Ever since joining the Stargate Modification Project, she had been completely absorbed in her duties. It was surprising to see her still concerned with worldly matters. This is the captain speaking.
Was that good? Is it a good effect? You like it? Thanks for the head pats. Emily, how's your day going? Welcome in. Thank you. Of course.
It was surprising to still see her concerned with worldly matters. If she still has a mind for such things, perhaps we might finally talk about the wedding that she's been putting on hold for the past 10 years. I'd soon dismissed that thought as foolish. The woman I once knew now stood before me like a stranger, no longer discern what she was thinking. As she stood before her mother's life support pod, her expression was one I had never seen before. It was neither sorrow nor regret. It was envy.
Oh. What are we talking about here? Good, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for stopping in. I'm doing even better now that you're here. When BP came out... Oh, the story. Sorry, I thought it was blue poison. I was like, what? I'm sure if I can underredact because I want to see Frizzy simulate surface. Pretty sure you know what it is at the point. I just want to see if you said realize the putting away. Holy shit, I can't believe El Pianist has the ugliest ex-boyfriend on tap. That's incredible. Let's see if you phrase it the exact same way. Let me know. Let me know what you're talking about with number 1 there. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I think that was intentionally kind of vague. But damn, the blandest strays. I kind of like Blandis's design. It just looks like a tired old guy. Incredible. But man, we're getting big picture stuff.
What could she possibly envy about her dying mother? It's a peaceful release offered by the machine's simulated world.
Jordy! And this guy, Avitus. Ah, oh, crap, guys. What voice did I give this guy? Oh shit. Oh, I remember. It's a bad one. It's a bad voice. Prep myself. I mean, voices. His voice did change. You're still here, Georgie. Everyone else has left. Sorry, I didn't know there would be tribunal today. I don't even think that was it. That's okay. The search logs. You've asked quite a few questions. How big is the ocean? Is bigger than the land? By how much? You can sum up LP's role in the creation existence of the hunters in 2 words. What would it be? Like the leader? Or the founder? The captain? Head honcho? Can air cities float to the surface? How do the air tell whether it is day or night? Is this how you've been trying to understand air? I fear I may confuse you even more. Mr. Avitus, I'm not sure why, but I feel really excited. This is... Jordy? Mr. Avitus, I'm having a weird sensation. Crazy. Why does he get such good CGs all the time? In the Inquisition's nautical charts, the ocean extends only a few nautical miles from shore before giving way to unknown regions marked in grayish blue. In some areas, we couldn't even get near the shore. But your charts are so detailed. Geological features, energy pockets, local fauna and flora. There are so many pages, I don't even know where to start. The forests at the heart of the ocean, icebergs that never melt, thermal vents deep in the trenches. For a moment, I thought that the land, sea, and sky were all mine for the taking, that I need simply reach out like everything was made for me. Said he's trying to escape from boy failuring. He's trying, but he's just turning it into a dork. Sorry, Gomen, that sounds really arrogant, doesn't it? Quite the opposite, young man, but it is but a most basic desire. But The young heir looks up and gazes at the coral-shaped terminal. Holographic images and words leap up and down, illuminating his soft eyes. I've been in Malarium for a whole day now, but I can't handle your tech. I don't get your discussions, and I'm even lost with directions. The tribunal that just happened, I have no idea how you guys settled your disagreement. I did a search for Brogan and the ship designer, who I thought was my ancestor. I saw his face, heard his voice, and looked at his designs. Is there really anything I have in common with him? But his descendants really turn out to be someone like me? Mr. Am I a Great Person? That was our first Irene :3. It was great. I couldn't find a single sign that says I belong here. Air is like a lighthouse, bright and tall. Well, I always knew it existed, but when I finally followed its light and reached its base, why do I feel lost instead? Poor Jordy. A lighthouse? Say that again. Brogan, it's been many years since his name was last spoken. He was a remarkable man, even amongst the air. He was the most talented designer in the Academy of Technology, but left everything behind to go ashore right when his country needed him most. Even this city is connected to him, albeit in a somewhat unusual way. How so? It was through the city that he went on land. The Institute of Development Planning even tried to penalize a few consuls for failing to stop him. Listen, Jordy, I cannot ascertain whether you are truly bound to him by blood. Through such a connection holds little significance. What matters is that there can be no doubt that you are heir. I think I've got the voice back, and it's incredibly worse than I remember. I've got the voice back to where I left it last time, and it is so much worse. I know I am, but how do I prove I belong here if I can't even trace my own heritage? A true heir need no proof of that. But I understand we all search for answers in the past. I'm no different. I can say with straight face that I am one of Air's foremost authorities on prehistory. I firmly believe in the weight of history, that it contains truth and patterns that will show us the way forward. I'd say it's about as bad. This guy's gonna have like 5 different voices at least throughout the course of this entire reading. Every single stream is gonna take me a little while to get back to it. Mutters, but what if it is way of destined destruction for Air? I'm sorry, what was that last part? Yeah, it's not good. You all right, Scotty? Huh? Did you say something, Doctor? Sorry, I was just thinking about shark and swordfish. Got girls on your mind, I get it. They're probably on a killing spree right now. That'll make her feel bad. They're probably worried about you. That'll make her feel bad. Chin up, Scotty. That'll make her feel better. I'm not worried about them. They're strong. Nothing good ever happened to those around me, which is why I was always alone until I joined Rhodes Island. Aw. Now it's happening again. I'm here. Thank you. Are you afraid you'll bring disaster to the hunters? Maybe. But we hunters aren't afraid of the bad end we might bring to each other. Because we all share the same grim fate, we can trust each other with our lives. This time, though, might not be just the hunters. I could bring disaster to all of Air. You won't. I believe in you. That's what Captain Olpianus always said. He would explain our battle plans in great detail to everyone else, but with me, he simply said he believed in me. He believed I could complete my mission, even if I couldn't memorize those complex strategies. And do you believe him? He was always so reliable and had an answer for everything. I remember the songs he wrote before battles. He said we could use them as codes to communicate because the seaborn didn't understand music. But I just liked the songs. He had a great sense of direction too. He could always lead us back, even when we were lost in those maze-like nests. We could always count on him to point the way until... Why does it sound like he died? He's not dead! He's still alive! He's probably like around the corner. So you brace your ears because his voice is so terrible. Accent is veering into pseudo-uo voice. I can have done and regularly do 3 times more curse. Moreover, this is an insult to the entire... It wasn't supposed to be.
Larry.
What's up, Ivy? How's it going? Welcome in. Happy Monday. What's new? It wasn't supposed to be. For the record, it was supposed to be Irish. It was actually a solid Irish brogue for a few lines. And then it wasn't. Go back to last stream. Last VOD. It was a brogue for like 3 lines, and then it immediately fell off. And then it was like this weird middle ground, and then it turned into a tech support on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's better or worse. Probably worse. Listen. Listen, I'm just out here trying to maintain consistency for the characters that I bring into this world, okay? So I'm not a bad person. Why would you say I'm a bad person? I'm not trying to be mean. Anyway, why are we talking as if Olpianus is dead? Olpianus is like standing around the corner. It's like, I just miss him so much. He used to always gas me up. The white people. Until the final battle. Yes, the first and fourth companies sacrificed themselves to clear a path, whilst the second held off the seaborn that were rushing back. Captain Olpianus led the charge and soon arrived at the target, the core organ of the firstborn. Then we lost his signal. I thought he was dead, so it fell to me to deal the killing blow. But he wasn't. Yeah, I don't know what happened that day. I still don't know why he didn't come back. And the more I don't know, the more I feel like I need to do something. Trust your warrior's instincts, Scotty. Remember? Whoosh, pow, thud. Cute. Oh my god. You know what I randomly remembered was in the Undertides event when what's her name? Who was the kid that she was making alcohol with? Was like, oh, what sounds does your saxophone make? And she was like, bam, kapow, whoosh. Like things like that. Like sounds of like swords and weapons. That's just how she is. Cute. Huh. Rush in with a whoosh, knock them down with a pow, and finish them with a thud. I remember. Scotty. Man, Maya has such good emotes. So good. Wait for what? I listened to her voice lines. You sure? Arrived at target coordinates. Like, we came as fast as we could, though not fast enough, it seems. You what? You did what? Why is it a race? You're supposed to enjoy yourself. Sorry. This is a graveyard. All the while, there's this unsettling piano music playing in the background, like really eerie and creepy. Giant shipwrecks in Seaborn remain lie entangled in a grotesque embrace. Pale flakes descend like snow. While some have given it a more romanticized name, marine snow does little to hide its cruel nature. Fragments of organic matter, both seaborn and human. The sweetness of blood and the stench of death intensified by the cannon's lingering heat spread with the falling flakes. The abyssal hunter's strong sense of smell magnifies all this, and Spectre cannot help but cover her nose. This shouldn't be unfamiliar to you, Shark. The fleet pins down the seaborn with superior numbers as the hunters flank and eliminate the swarm's core. We've used this tactic often. This is the same scene we see each time we leave the nest. I know, perhaps we've spent too much time on land. It's not a pleasant thing to recall. 1 engineering mothership, 10 battleships, numerous smaller ships. The wreckage positions on the seabed indicate they stayed in formation. They were not taken by surprise. There are signs of gravitational distortion on nearby rocks. They tried to stop the seaborn using force fields. But the seaborn were faster. Their ships weren't even able to form a crossfire. They fought with them in close quarters? Something's not right. What's the matter? The squadron's destination was Nest 37, but all the ships appear to be headed for Malarium. Besides, now that the squadron is destroyed, why haven't the Seaborn made their next move? Swordfish? Let's go. Irene, this ain't a place for you. Irene, let's get you back. Let's get you back to safety. I think we gotta get Irene out of here. Short call back to Scotty's watching battle voice line. SV, it's actually this is how you fight Russian with a whoosh, knock him with the down with the pound, finish him with a thud. Very good. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, that's so good. Get her into the thick of it. No, she's a cute little bird. No, she gets it. She's gotta get. I love her. She gotta go back to safety. It's dangerous for her. Get her back to safety. All right, grab my hand. I did tell you to stay on the Corvette. Deep water equipment may keep you from being crushed by the water pressure, but even the air are at the mercy of the ocean's currents without proper training. I could use some help once you're done laughing. Imagine you're dancing with a rowdy partner. Counter her moves and find your balance. This is how you fight the currents. You're light. It shouldn't be hard for you. Called her small and skinny. Don't look at me like that. I'll meet you up ahead. This part aware, don't say that. A broken lighting array. Trace amounts of organic tissue on the broken metal frame. Human and seaborn. Find anything? Some tissue that matches the sample provided by the Institute of Development Planning. It's Tolia. You know, Irene's got this silly girl riz. She's less racist now, and she's getting mad bitches. So that's what we call character development. Valerium was parked here around 40 hours ago. Based on the location of the array, she had left from the circulation system's sewage exit at the edge of the city. But why did she leave? It's hard to reconstruct the scene with what's available. The currents have already washed away most of the clues. I'm afraid we won't find out if Tolia was a cultist with a grudge against the waterway program or what happened to her from here. This is 2 hours away by ship from Valerium's present location. Even with deep water equipment, she couldn't have swum back. Based on the remaining tissues, it seems she had encountered a seaborn. There's no way she could have survived. Right. A dead end. That's the direction the Abyssal Hunters went. The battle may be fiercer than expected. The waterway program is in its final phase. Once Nest 37 has been located, we can clear the seaborn from this entire area and open up a waterway. This can't just be a coincidence. Did the incident with Tolia have something to do with the attack on the fleet? Or maybe her incident is just a red fin to distract the sea patrol. Red fin? Isn't that supposed to be red herring? For you, the mad bitches is actually the important part. Well, no, I like seeing her be less racist. Her opening her third eye is quite nice. As far as thing is explicitly spelled out a couple nodes later, you can extrapolate it from a couple of lines in BB3 before, but I believe we do not see the significance just now. Show. Okay, cool. Show me where the fish are. All right, stop. I know. It's just funny. I like calling out when they take the like phrases that we have but apply like their worldly creatures to them. There are too many new uncertainties, as if everyone's sucked in a giant vortex. Let's go back to the city for now. Favorite event, dissociative recombination. Exactly. What's up, Lily? How's it going? Welcome in. Love dissociative recombination. Hard bank to port, full speed ahead. Go around that ridge and turn back. That should lose a third of the seaboard on our tail. No. Ooh, get seaborned. Sir, the seaborn have breached the hull. They're inside the ship. Keep the evasive maneuvers going. Helmsman will deal with the ones inside. Uh-oh, he leaked a few. Camouflage coating down to 10%. Will be fully visible soon. Buy as much time as you can. Yes, sir. Go. Take care of the rest, Shark. Ring. Abyssal Hunters. Gladia. I recognize you, ma'am. Have the other ships made it safely back to Malaria, Madam Consul? Ooh. I haven't. Thank goodness. The more of our elites we save, the more strength we'll have for what's ahead. They didn't make it. Are you the commanding vessel? Yes, ma'am. We were ambushed. A large swarm of seaborn left their nests and appeared on the squadron's route, virtually unheard of in previous beacon deployments. Wait, did he not pick up on that? He said. She didn't answer. And there was elites on those ships? That's not good. Somebody will get you to read the Monster Hunter event because gratuitous Japanese plus a lot of animal talk is insanely funny to read. Man, I'd have to read that entirely on the story reader, right? Unless they rerun it randomly. Tragic. Couldn't reveal our battle plans. We had to retreat. Our ship was the fastest in the fleet. The most logical tactic was for us to delay the seaborn while the main fleet retreated. How many survivors are there on your ship? 26, less than 1 in 10. Gladia really rivaling Patrizion with the ... responses here. And Ulpiana's last event. Why the silence, Madam Consul? I see. Oh, he's a knower. He's a knower. You're never getting Yato or Nora. Stop, bro. Don't make fun of me. I have no control over that. At least make fun of me for things that I have some control over. I'm sorry, Commander. Your ship and your 26 men are the only survivors. All seaborn inside the ship have been eliminated. There's no better way to tell you, so I'll make it brief. The 1,000 or so men whose retreat you are covering fell into an even bigger ambush. We happened to see your ship weaving through the complex terrain as we arrived. But what you couldn't have seen is the seaborn had you completely surrounded. You were just chasing your own tail in their trap. Crazy. Started 5 months earlier. We failed the mission. Yet we were the ones who lived. The losses are much worse than expected. But you did live. Lift your head, Aegir. You and your men are just as much Aegir's elites, and you will give your strength to what's ahead. For now, Laurentina and I will bring you back to the city. Yay! Claudia's tough. Price and sacrifice. A life given willingly is a sacrifice. A life given unwillingly is a price. Both are burdens to bear for the one who ordered them. Sheesh. Very poetic. Eve P4B4. See how much we get through. I'm feeling all right now that we're BP4B4. Sound like you're giving out freaking battleship moves. People even know what battleship is? Is battleship on iMessage? I think it might be, actually. Anyone want to play iMessage battleship with me? Actually, that's a bad idea. I'm not giving you my iMessage number. I'll battleship Moose. I'll play battleship with Moose right now. Give me a second. If you play Connect 4 with me, battleship goated battle. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna play battleship with Nana right now. Actually, Moose literally just sent me an 8-ball pool. I'm gonna send them battleship instead and see if they respond. Moose, let's play 8-ball pool. I send battleship instead. Listen, Vodka, I'm not playing Connect 4 with you. I know that you're like a regional Connect 4 champion. I'm not playing with you. You're gonna beat my ass 10 times out of 10. I don't stand a chance. Battleship was fun. I love board games, okay? I got a whole bookshelf full of board games, and they're not even like the classic ones. I got like random ones back here. I got Eels and Escalators though. Spider Solitaire, the GOAT. Oh my god, Tetris. Yo, Soggy, Space Cadet Pinball. Is that what you're talking about? Space Cadet Pinball? The one from like Windows Vista or XP or whatever? Yeah! Oh my god, it's so good. The music or the startup lives rent-free. That one was so good. Oh my god. Big fan of that one. I remember I found like a downloaded version and I played it once. I won't play Sweaty. I'll not use the solved openers. I don't even know what that means. Any Pong gamers? I played Pong once or twice. I'm so pissed when it's not out for Windows 7. We've truly lost the whimsy that we used to have as a society, haven't we? The modernist era has truly lost all forms of whimsy. It's tragic. Windows Vista was probably the last whimsical. Actually, Windows 7 was fairly whimsical. There's some silly stuff you could do there. But yeah, tragic. It's tragic what society has turned into, isn't it, fellas? You know what we used to have culture. We used to have. Hey, hey, good news, guys. Nana played me in Battleship. We're so back. I cannot respond to her though. Sorry, Nana, if you're here. Actually, I will respond because now I feel bad. All right. I got to arrange my ship's battleship. Wait! No! Hold on! Wait, hold on! I'm in the middle of playing my battleship! Stop! This is important. Caught. Crap. Shoot. All right, hold on. Oh, now I have to win. Wait, what are these restrictions? Hold on. This ain't like the battleship that I remember. This ain't your mama's battleship. This is crazy. Nana, how are you doing? Welcome in. League! Oh my god, bro. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Battleship. Fire. I missed. Fuck my stupid Chungus life. Quit. I wouldn't play that. Oh my god. Insane. How you doing, Nana? Welcome in. If anyone over here isn't following Nana, do yourselves a favor, check them out. They are streaming today? Today? Question mark. Sort of demo league hanging over his head. No, I don't want to. Dust will probably be the first one. I don't want to download League again. Those games got power cut by Flash games. I miss Flash games. Micah, I was thinking about Flash games earlier today too. I was thinking about Age of War and feudalism, probably because of all the shit going on. I was like, damn, America's really turning into an imperialist nation again, huh? And I was like, oh, that reminds me of the game Feudalism that I used to play on like addicting games back in the day. And I was like, oh man, I miss Flash games. And Mike, I remember we had a conversation at one point about Flash games. That was super fun. Territory Wars, that game was fun with the stick figures. That was Vodka. You ever play the game Worms? That's basically the same thing. It's basically Territory War, but instead of stick figures, you're worms. Ruffle. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know we talked about that. I actually would love to do a Flash game stream sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun. You're talking about why is Air not contacting Terra for help with the Seaborn, and how Irene and Secunda were like, the Seaborn problem is beyond Landwalkers. This is Air tech, precursor tech, 2 squadrons of them, 26 survivors. What is Terra going to do that Air can't already? So they're just like, they're just cavemen. That makes sense. I get it. You shoot his banger when I play it, haunt the house like that. Oh, all right. We should set it up sometime. That would be fun. We should do it. Also, no. Well, that's okay. It's okay. Never the same. The cake decorating game is nice. There's a cake decorating game, Soggy. I didn't know that. Air could solo on the land dwellers with very little competition. Maybe Air should just turn into an imperialist nation. They did show up with a squad of drones, and Iberia was like, yo, we got a lighthouse and like 2 guns. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Voice log number 21. Unknown language, unknown time. Valeria has been back for half a month now, but I fear the package from Talos may never arrive. Those precious prototype technologies, biological specimens were lost, along with the civilian-grade environmental simulation unit I ordered.
You like the gulp? I've been working on trying to make my gulp more audible. It's fun.
No notification, no incident report. The Cosmos simply slammed the door in our faces without warning. Poor mother, she must endure the life pod a few days longer. Maybe selfish, but I was the one who to insist on bidding her farewell in a simulated environment. So the moment she entered hibernation, she wanted to see her grandchildren. How could I tell her? The grandchildren she envisioned simply do not exist. No doubt she still dwells in that glorious age where we journeyed among the stars. It's the only way we can see that continuing life just doesn't add to the plan. Add to the pain. I chose Talos Union Industries products for their reliability. Mother's too sharp. If the simulation tech was even a generation older, she'd see right through it. I should have realized the risks of interstellar transport sooner. Valeria's leave is all used up. As she left, she was still talking about her grand mission, showing not a single sign of regret. I don't know if she was leaving her regrets behind or never had any in the first place. One day I too will sign my name on the consent form and shut down Mother's life pod.
That's sad. Hey, look, it's the hot mom. Look, guys, it's the MILF. We're so back. Insane to see Talos here just after Lone Trail before 15 and a couple months after Enfield was announced to be located on Talos 2. They're not being as subtle anymore. Technologically speaking, Air isn't wrong about being so far ahead, but there's a lot to be said about their arrogance with it. Yeah, jerks. What brings you here? I came to see you. You've just undergone embryo separation surgery. The Institute of Facility Management should have allowed you to take time off to rest. Ooh, do they have maternity leave? No, she showed up to work right after giving birth. The surgery is as non-invasive as it gets, you know. There's no need to rest that long. I can't tell whether you care more about me or the little fellow in the incubation chamber, Magister Avitus. Of course I care about you, but any newborn in Air as it is now deserves attention as well. After he's born, will you choose to raise him personally or give him to the Institute of Incubation? Don't most Air get raised by the Institute? I don't think about that sort of thing. It's too far away, too distant. I went to the hospital before I came here. The hospital? Why? You're aware of the battle yesterday, yes? Surely you've seen the news? 2 fleets and over 1,000 legionnaires went into battle, but only 26 returned. The Waterway program is at a turning point, and Malarium has endured its greatest sacrifice since its departure. There have been quite a few abnormalities in the city as of late. What is it you're trying to say? The Sea Patrol are already looking for you, aren't they, Cassia? About that missing data scientist. Magister Avitus? I never suspected her! You know, of all the actually, I did last time. I said I didn't trust anyone. You know, of all the documents in your collection, the one I like the most is the Death of Life, despite its lack of scholarly value. I only ever found that diary by accident. More than 300 years ago, 4 great researchers studying the prehistoric civilization made incredible discoveries in the Mantle ruins, bringing back countless precious technologies and data to Air. Compared to all those blueprints and the theoretical papers, a transcript of voice-recorded diary is hardly worth anything. And so it gathered dust in the Academy of Sciences databases until, thanks to your curiosity, it was deciphered and turned into a popular reading material. Is that what we've been listening to at the start? Subtext is turning is uppercasing into text, exactly. Also, the conceit of their arrogance on a national level in Horatia and the sea slut on a personal level. Stop calling her sea slut. So disrespectful. Anyway, how did Avitus translate that? Merely the musings of an ordinary predecessor on his endless journey. But I love the story of that predecessor. I enjoyed seeing reality through his eyes, how the connections between countless stars collapsed, how the trust between myriad races crumbled away, goods were in short supply, technology was lost, philosophy and art fell silent. No matter how much hope and vision went into the great undertakings, they ultimately faded into silence, just like those nanomachines interred within the beacon tower. Did you empathize with his despair, Cassia? You've never shown a trace of that emotion, though. You even chose to have a child born into a world that could face ruin at any moment. That isn't the choice of someone who's lost all hope. His voice is slipping again, sorry. I'd be the sea if she'd be my... Say it. I love Consul Clementia. The sea slut is a title of the highest honor. I can see that I did use it to emphasize my distrust on first read. Listen, like I said, I'm not really trusting many of them. I feel like the only one that I might trust is Underflow, to be honest. The only one that deserves any sort of trust at the moment is probably her. That old-fashioned, dispirited middle-aged man. It's hard to imagine how I could empathize with him at all. Secunda. Also, the fact that it's the Skyrim song, right? The fact that it's the Skyrim song is big. Do you know the song I'm talking about, Micah? Do you know the one? Hold on, I'll play it again. I'll play 5 seconds so I don't get in trouble again. This one. Ready? This one. I can't play anymore else. I'll get in trouble. Dun, 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 dun. Great, it's so good. It's so good. It's one of the... literally immediately takes me back to like whenever that game came out, 2011. I don't know enough about Skyrim. What? That's fair. It's really good. I would recommend listening to it. It's very atmospheric. Good like nighttime fantasy setting music. But that's what I think of when I hear Secunda. I simply appreciated how by borrowing from his past experiences, you ingeniously tore apart the magnificent facade covering the eyes of today's heir. We must accept that the things and qualities we were once so proud of have no use now. Perhaps they have always been flawed, and this calamity merely exposed them. Once free of worry over survival, people will begin to consider value. We pray that our thoughts, our deeds, even our very existence will have value. Every one of AIR's systems is designed around unearthing that value within people. However, value is fragile. You need only look at it from another angle, and that mighty will become the tiny, the hideous, the beautiful. Getting a little preachy here, but not the use of like value, right? It seems very like corporate conglomerate type. It's a pity that whether through apathy or inertia, people tend not to change their viewpoints they are familiar with. And so people live on their immutable value. Were those values to crumble away, they would crumble alongside them. Exactly. When did despair begin to blossom in you? Was it when Malarium left the home territories, or even earlier, after the passing of your familiar? Immutable? Say that again. Say that again. Kasia? I'm merely grateful that you came to see me today. You reminded me that I still have things to do, and time runs short. Kasia's got a good design. What's she up to, though? I'm surprised you allowed such pessimism to spread in your city, Clementia. The Death of Life, a prehistoric diary, collated and published by Avitus the year it was released, it proved to be incredibly popular among the citizens. They wanted a peek into an unfamiliar life, a thirst born from boredom and idiocy. I gotta say, guys, it's crazy how many times the word among shows up in this fucking game, because every single time I read among, I just immediately, I'm about to say Among Us, and most of the time I do say Among Us, but I stop myself every once in a while. Most of the time I don't, and I just go with it. They use among so much. The Among Us Mason. Among Us. Among Us! What you just said would be enough to trigger controversy in any nation on the land, Gladia. A tiny piece that implies exhaustion and despair with every line. It tells the story of how a once glorious civilization hit a dead end far more vividly than any raw data. And in today's Aegir, can it really be considered an unfamiliar life? Aegir may be the prehistoric civilization's heir, but that does not require its subservience. We need not condone the rise of exhaustion and despair. Aegir stands unwavering due to its unbreakable rationality. It is our rationality that allows us to be aware of our possible destruction, perhaps even one of all humanity. Even those who have fallen, detestable as they are, at times, make choices based on long-term examination and cautious reflection. Are you speaking ill of the dead like that? What? Even those who have fallen, detestable as they are? Huh? You have personally executed no small number of cultists in your days in the legions. Oh, unless you're talking about the cultists in particular. If that's the case. The dead cultist. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Just as you had to personally execute any hunters who ran wild, you and I are both burdened with heavy duties that we cannot rely on sentimentality. Was it this rationality that led you to hastily throw the hunters into the battle for the waterway program despite their recent return? Counts it. I invite the two of you to look at the beacon tower behind us. It was once an important component of the interstellar expedition our ancestors planned for. Within the tower lie countless nanomachines. The first aegir city to break through the electron cloud would have seeded them throughout the sea of stars. They would self-proliferate, self-repair, and connect together into an ever-bright road network. With this, our fleets would have been able to jump freely between the stars. Nanomachine sun, literally. After the outbreak of the seaborn crisis, Aegir turned its eyes from the stars, and the bioenergy system requiring support from a dozen or so cities was cut off. It's crazy that they were focusing on the stars. Like, imagine what they could have done if there weren't seaborn. Like, imagine seaborn gone, that never existed. What could they have done? Siva outbreak, huh? Elite reference. What it? To what? The nanomachines were incompatible with other energy sources, so after losing their specialized source, they all died within that tower. You're untainted? Untainted in a good way? But our colleagues from the Academy of Technology have helped alter this tower to serve us in a different manner by lighting our paths. Path of life? Since Malarium left the home territories, it has been continuously making seaborn nests. Huge volumes of data are now compiled within that tower's control center. Oh, Destiny. Oh, okay. Good. That one, that I will accept not being cultured in. Sorry, fellas. Hopefully that new expansion hits. But the precise locations of these seaborn nests, our Class 4 weapons can destroy the primary nest in any targeted area of ocean, driving away the occupying seaborn. This will clear a path of pure water leading back to the home territories, one that can support a waterway our main forces can pass through. Oh yeah, I meant to ask, Vodka, are you still playing Battlefield 6 at all? Favorite raid in that DLC? I'm sorry, it goes over my head. I only played Destiny 1 for like a few minutes when it first came out, and then I got confused. Or maybe it was like a demo or something. Perhaps the seaborn will eventually regroup, but at the very least, their accumulated nutrients will rot away in their absence, and any re-established nests will bear no fruit. You are lecturing us on the core concept of the waterway program, Madam Consul. Yes, I am, Doctor. The Abyssal Hunters only managed to save 26 lives in yesterday's battle. The seaborn were clearly forewarned. Between the oceanic interior and the continental shelf, the city has been fighting them for far too long. They are now adapting to Class 3 weapons at a much faster rate. I'm not, because my controller's still... Oh my god. Hop back on and see if it's improved much. I see a lot of people are complaining just about like how long it's still taking for weapons to level up, which sucks. So I don't know. I had to uninstall it recently to move some files around on my PlayStation, so I don't have it installed. And if they need me to set my settings again, if I were to reinstall it, I might not want to play it because it takes so long to set my freaking settings in that game. Also, like, saved my save data. It might have. Nest 37's position is of particular import. It strangles the throat of the waterway. Abandoning it would mean stumbling at the final hurdle. This is our final battle before the waterway can be opened. We must gather all the force we can bear as part of the program. The Abyssal Hunters are no exception, even if they have only just arrived home. An Aegir ensure their safe return. New combat teams are being formed as we speak. They will confront the seaborn directly and create an opportunity for the hunters to enter the nest and deploy the beacon. But as you know, these are merely routine tactics. I am unable to offer a guarantee. In that case, I know what you are worried about. Be at ease. The hunters are responsible for their own safety as well as the risks they face. As this is a joint decision by you two chief designers of warfare, I am unopposed, but I will not withdraw my objections. Claudia, an unbecoming sentimentality bubbles up in Clementia's throat. She wants to convey her guilt, her remorse, her regret. She wants to give Claudia one last hug, just like how she welcomed her back on her return, but she cannot. Claudia, Advisor Blandis has made preparations for your organic regeneration surgery. You should make your own before the procedure. Dang. That was quite human of her. Would have been nice if she acted on that thought, but whatever. Hey! I don't mind the weapon level, but it's not really Battlefield. Small maps, lack of vehicles, small player pools. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I heard there's like a lot of like bot lobbies because of like people just trying to level up weapons to like actually use them, which is like, it means the, what's it called? Not the Forge, the custom game. What's it called? It's Forge and Halo. Sandboxy mode where you can make your own rules and stuff. They break up after. Oh, it's skill-based matchmaking, baby. Selling services for FPS. It's more it's like in their actual. It's like official stuff. It's not actually like cheats or anything for in this case though. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's probably for the best that I start to fall off on FPS games a little bit, but I don't know. I do enjoy them. I saw that Splitgate came out again, but I thought that game had already launched like 3 times. What are they trying to pull? How many Splitgates are there? I don't know. Wings time, go get them. Enjoy. Doña Irene. Jordy. The different Damn. Jordy catching Jordy getting another L over here. Insane. You were gone for a whole day. I was investigating a few things with the Sea Patrol. I also went on a trip into the ocean. I didn't enjoy it very much, so don't ask. Oh my god. All right then. What about you? What have you been up to? It's not unusual to feel some discomfort. Cheer up, Jordy. This is your homeland. Chuckles Riley. Judging by your expression, you've already studied Brogan's data? The young heir somehow nods his head while also shaking it. Diagonal? I'm not 100% sure, but there seems to be no real relation between me and that great naval architect. What does that matter? Uncle Tiago hoped I'd leave Grand Faro, leave Iberia, but he never told me where to go. I'm heir, so heir is where I should be. But people need some sort of concrete connection, even just a name or some notes to truly trace their family history. I visualize it like a bobblehead. Cassian Avitus's combo is particularly important with respect to fundamental themes. Interesting about corporate values. He valued more a meaning of importance because of occupational therapy. Let's pick up the idea is emotional happiness, which is passing. Emotions are simply bodily reactions to environment. Choosing emotional happiness is a trap. Lasting happiness is satisfaction. The sense that your previous actions align with your core values as a person, valuing community, valuing learning knowledge, etc. So when Cassius and Avitus discuss despair and hope, everyone of Air's systems designed around unearthing value within people. So much Air is built to allow people to follow their desires and dreams. So what value does that hold in the grand scheme of things? What value do the precursors' desires hold when they no longer exist? People live on their immutable value. Immutable. Who construct their own beliefs and feel like they have a purpose. Those values to crumble away. They would crumble alongside them. A reminder of Anduin and his crises of faith are actions are giving meanings by our values. So how the actions of Air changes actions of the precursor change in the face of the impending doom. What is the value of our exploration? What's the survival? The way the Leviathan is designed with the will of survival, the way the precursor is designed. All the methods of preservation. I like that you use preservation there. Yeah, it does seem like there's some level of like not like religious guidance, but like some sort of like steps or like some sort of like, hey, this is what the next generation should be working on, or like here are like things that you guys need to do, or like you guys need to focus on this, or you guys need to research this or look into this, or like keep this in mind. That's what I think the stuff with the mantle, the ruins at the mantle are related to, because they said that they go there to get like technology or information or something. So it seems like they're taking a lot of leftover stuff from the old world and kind of applying it to the direction that they are pushing Air in. And then the seaborn are just like this distraction, this thing that's preventing them from their ultimate goal. like my take, Micah, based on like kind of what you just said and how these conversations have been going throughout this story tonight, is the aegir are kind of the, how do I put it, like the true, or the ultimate successors to the predecessors, in the sense of they have like a direction and they have guidance and they have the means of doing it, but the seaborn are preventing them from reaching that. And then much like how Calcit is trying to make the land dwellers the successors to the predecessors, but Originium is delaying that or causing issues. They just don't have as many means. So I'm going to take up the mantle of Teresa. Ooh, interesting. They're equivalent of observers, collapsals. I don't have too much experience with them yet, so I can't really comment that much on that. But yes. Hey Katilka, what's going on? Welcome in. How are you doing? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday or Tuesday. How you doing? Just going through some more Path of Life here, having some conversations on big picture stuff. What's new? How you been? What's up? Did I read this line? Avatar said that even though the seaborn crises have been raging for over 200 years, Aegir still has 100 or more cities comparable in size to Malarium. If I'm not Brogan's descendant, then which city did my grandparents live in before they became islanders? Or was it one of the other ones that's gone now? What kind of work do they do? And how do they live? In the end, who were they? Sorry, you don't need to hear all this. Gomen, you've just arrived here yourself, but you're already assisting the Sea Patrol with their investigation while I'm just... You've got nerves of steel. I'm just an Iberian who can't do a thing here. Dr. Calcit is in charge of negotiations with the leader of the city, and the hunters have dived right back into their familiar battle, while my lantern and hand cannon aren't especially helpful right now. But she does still have her lantern, okay. Aegir will permit Liberia to look around its warships and ports, but will not allow her to join the legions and help fight against the Seaborn. I can't understand that sort of war. Down here in the depths, all I can do is investigate any abnormal activity within the city, in case it would jeopardize the cooperation between Iberia and Aegir. Why are you telling me all this? My hometown was destroyed in a catastrophe, Jordy. I don't have many memories of it. The scripture I carry is the only connection I have with it left. It saved my life, and in doing became my guide, my faith. But when I saw the Inquisition's dungeons, climbed aboard the Stultifera novice, witnessed my mentor's sacrifice, only then did I understand what faith was, accepted its weakness, found its meaning. Irene. I'm so proud of her. She's great. You mean... I don't have nerves of steel, Jordy. I get lost and confused too. It's just that, more often than not, that confusion becomes a specific issue you have to resolve, one after another as quickly as you can. Arresting the cultists, taking back the lighthouse invaded by the tides, finding a lost warship out at sea, aiding an ally in investigating a missing data scientist. The connection you're looking for can be anything, whether it's a hometown or fate. Keep looking, you'll find it. I may not be quick or easy, but you'll find it. Can I really do it? Dog, she's tired of your self-deprecation. Can you not? Can you not? You helped Iberia relight its final lighthouse and saved 3 abyssal hunters. Didn't Laurentina tell you that's enough to get a commendation from the consul herself? You gotta grab a screenshot of that and just put it under her face. Be like, can you not? As a reaction image. Damn. Write that down. Write that down. Like, the Seaborn are the equivalent to the precursors' world-ending threats that force them to try to do the sarcophagi in Origin. Ah. I see, I see. What's up, Azure? How's it going? Oh, okay. See you later, Azure. Have a good one. You helped Iberia relight its final lighthouse and saved 3 abyssal hunters. Didn't Laurentina tell you that's enough to get a commendation from the consul herself? Whether it's as an heir or an Inquisition clerk, there are a lot of things you can do. I hope you're having a good one, Azure. Thanks for stopping by. Brady's filled with self-doubt still. considering Irene's self-doubt and how she's learned from it, I think this is this self-majority is also her reminding herself of what gave her her purpose. It's kind of like she's kind of like seeing herself a bit and like maybe using it as some motivation to let her keep pushing forward, right? Like they're kind of bouncing, or she's bouncing off of him in hopes that he can bounce off of her as well. So real quick, gang, we like Secunda. I'm doing fine. How about you? I'm just chilling on IS6 trying to get ending 3. I haven't even done ending 2, but I just did clear difficulty 1 today, so we up Katilka, but good luck. You got this. I believe in you. I want to max out my radiant at some point. Bounce on it, Dio. Secunda's neat. It kind of seems pretty cool. But I like Lucilla. Lucilla's cool. You guys not like Lucilla? What's wrong with you? There's a beautiful pink woman on the screen, and not me. There's 2 beautiful pink women on the screen. Can you believe it? Perfecta. You're back to the city, but from the look on your face, I take it the investigation didn't go so well, did it? Lucilla. Forgive me, I need to report on my progress to Consul Clementia. I'm not at liberty to divulge any details. Actually, I was looking for you. There's something I should have remembered back when you were explaining the situation to us. Nothing major, honestly, and it might not even help. But I felt like I had to tell you. Go on. She's fine. Just fine? Or like, fine. Hey, look, it's her. I knew this was Tulia. You're the last researcher left. I'm really, really sorry. Can you give me one more hour? Calerpa, Archaeosfordium, Hypenia, Fenestralis, Halimenia, Fimbriatus, Palmaria, Purpurius, Sargassium Penata. There's not too many left. I'll finish cataloging them real quick. No need to rush, Tilia. I'm just here for a routine inspection. You know who I am? We were in the same batch before the transfer assessment by the Institute of Development Planning. You might not remember me, though. Are you preparing to transport these seaweeds? This doesn't violate any protocols, does it? Calm down. This building's handover procedures are already complete. If you leave the samples and cultivation equipment behind, you'll end up having to pack them away in bulk. Thanks for the warning. But with all these seaweeds, how could you possibly take them all away at once? Now that it's close to land, Malarium will be undergoing targeted reformation. The city won't have the space or the resources to breed seaweeds. So many words. I gotta breathe. Oh, I love that emote. It's so funny. Oh, my bad. I just remembered something kind of important about your super important lost missing person that might jeopardize the current hyper important military operation. Oopsie. So you know. She's just a silly Billy. Aren't we all just silly Billies? I feel like that's on brand for her. I like her. Sargassum. Stinky ass brown goop. Is that what that is? Whoopsie. I believe there are 2 beautiful pink hair at the moment. Yes, exactly. Why is the sticky... Twitch side put a sticky note on my head. Can you believe this, Katilka? We stream on both Twitch and YouTube now. Can you believe it? Sure, it just occurred to me. Are you saying I shouldn't be trusting Lucilla? Hey! It's cold underwater. Hey! It's up for you to decide. I trust her. Why'd you do that? Why would you do this? Why are you victim blaming? Am I bringing up possible points or am I teasing you, the red fin? I never know. I trust her. Why would I not trust her, right? Now it's getting interesting. More chat. I want to see more. There's no more. There's no more or else I'll get in trouble. There is more, but I can't do it or else I'll get in trouble. I can do it. I can do it, or else I'll get in trouble. But if we do it really quick. Ready? That was too quick. Ah! Ugh. All right. Back to it. I trust Lucilla with my life. Yeah, I know. Not the flashbang. Oh my god. I'll take as much as I can. I think of something some way that won't inconvenience anyone. But the base by the volcano is already... That one was Aegir's biggest endangered plants reserve. I saw it get swallowed up by the seaborn. These primitive seaweed are some of the simplest yet most tenacious life forms in the entire ocean. Enjoy the wings. What kind of sauce you got tonight? Gulp. Whether in bright shallow seas, the dark abyss, the flat sea floor, or cracks in the cliffs, they stretch out as best they can. And they're as old as the ocean itself. Pretty much this planet's living fossils. I'm no legionnaire, and I can't go fight the seaborn. These remaining seaweeds won't help us solve the seaborn's problem either. But I can't just let them wither away in here. You really love your work, huh, Talia? Don't you? Mood. Someone's like, oh, do you like working? Love it. Love work. So much. It's fun. Yeah. Barbecue like usual, flipping and glazing, yo. Glazing. Work. Timmy Abbey, work. You believe that album's 10 years old? Can you believe that album's 10 years old? It's crazy. Fritz, what's up? How you doing, Fritz? Welcome back. What's new? How you been? Happy 2026. What's new? What you been up to? It's been a minute, my friend. Change of shift hours. Ugh, that sucks. Hey, Ariel, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. What's up? How you doing? Oh, it's been good though. I hope you're hanging in there. Arknights. Yeah, we're doing Path of Life. How you doing, Ariel? Welcome in. Do you play? Who's your favorite character? Yeah, Fritz. I hope you've been doing well. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, how's the new shift? Alex heavily emphasized the way Avitus and Cassie had discussed the precursor test. They both relate heavily to despair being such a glorious civilization. Yeah, I was talking about Mike. I was talking about this during the the thing at the Sonotheatrum or whatever, where where it's so many so fun, yeah, whatever it's called, where there's so many smart people that it's like very interesting, or maybe I didn't get into the details, but hey Wendy, how's it going? Welcome in. How are you doing? Maybe I didn't get into it as much, but like when there's so many smart people and everyone's kind of like on really similar playing fields, it's very difficult to stand out, and that can be very frustrating for some people, especially people that want to be more overachievers. I don't get the feeling that Lucilla here is much of an overachiever, but I think the vast majority of Aegir are probably quite go-getters, judging by the fact that they're all a bunch of nerds. So I think, yeah, it's probably pretty easy to slip into despair for them. Also, just like, I don't know, I feel like they have so many like good things that it's like a perspective thing as well. Doing well, good to hear it. Let's go. Wishdale stainless logos, nice. Do you like Swire? If not, why? Story's dense. I don't think 500 pages will do it justice. No, probably not. Maybe in like 3-point font, single spaced. Wendy, how's it going? Happy Monday. But she's forced to go into her current work because of the seaborn invasion, abandoned her passion for biology and ecology because the undersea volcano was destroyed and overrun. How many people Lost their passions and livelihood. Maybe even Lucilla. Ooh. Honey sugar mommy. That's my wife we're talking about. I'll say that again. She is funny though. I agree. She's great. My little handy sent over a little what? I hate that name. Sent over a loading module. Sorry, but I can't stay in chat. I like her fit. She's got a cool fit. Kind of like how I dress up in Pokemon games. Do you need any help? No thanks, I'm fine. I like the point about the perspective. It's more, I was more speaking, it's almost a utopia in how they try and encourage people to follow their own dreams and passions. Even about stuff like simple seaweeds, like tell you here, but if people can no longer follow those passions, then what? Okay, I see. Higher the pride, harder the fall. Yeah, I think it's not so much the harder the fall part. I think it was more just like, oh no, actually no, you're right. That is kind of where I was trending, right? Is like, you know, that there's very high expectations for air, and where so many people are so high up there. Oh, it's Greece, right? My first take was Greece. Here's Iberia in a ways. Ooh, that's a good point. Rome, actually, that makes sense. All the outfits looked very Greek, but I guess they are quite similar styles. I like that that note that you just made, Wendy, mirroring Iberia. Iberia is also a very proud nation. They obviously don't have as much at their disposal, and definitely have quite the range of folks that live there. But in terms of like how they hold themselves, they are kind of similar in that regard. I gotta blow my nose again. I never finished my tea. Oh crap, it's gonna be cold. Iced tea. Is very much an analog to the Roman Empire. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see it. I can see it. When did that happen? The day before the Institute of Ecological Art relocated. I don't know what happened to her after that, and I don't know if she thinks Malarium abandoned the volcanic power station and the plants reserve. But I can't imagine her doing anything bad because of it, because she's never abandoned anything herself. Pelia's residence had quite a few hydroponic tanks, but they'd been empty for a while. Write that down in your journal, Secunda. What you just told me might actually be significant, Lucilla. But if I may be so bold, why do you care so much about her affairs? From what I've heard, you could hardly be considered friends. She has something I don't. Okay, I've said what I had to say. I'll be getting back to work now. Perfecta? Did you see her like frown turn to a smile, and then she's gonna leave? There's just been more and more happening lately. The maintenance required for the city unit framework has multiplied several fold, and I'm running out of ink as it is. Bye, Lucilla. See you later. Little handy. Perfecta Secunda. Obtain data on the city of Malarium from the Institute of Facility Management right away. Retrieve all locations suitable for enclosed hydroponics. Also, contact Irene. Irene! Pelia may have left other clues within the city. Ask her to meet me as soon as possible. Irene! All these lesser developed countries should simply bow before the technological superiority. Ooh. Something new Rome rhetoric. Ooh, man, yeah. It is Rome, but I think it's funny to draw that parallel like an asshole. Good. BP for after. Yeah, I mean, especially given, we'll say, recent circumstances, right? Haha. I hate it here. Yeah, exactly. I'd laugh if I wasn't up to date on current events. Exactly. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I was talking about imperialism earlier. I'm laughing, but only the tears are real. Dog, get me out of here. I hate it. I hate it. Can we like not be doing this? Like, what are we talking about here? What are we doing? We can't even run our own fucking country. What do you mean we're gonna run another country? All right, sorry, not the time or place, but I'm glad that we're all kind of on the same page here. So it is always oil. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. It's you know that meme of SpongeBob where his eyes are looking in two different directions at the book, and it's like, where it's like, hey, I want to stay up to date on current events, but like, man, staying up to date with current events stresses me the fuck out. Basically, that's how I feel at any given time. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many things that are just going on. I'm like, I feel like I need to be in the know, but it just is. Or the 2-button choice. Yes, that one too. Exactly. The sweaty guy in the 2-button. Fuck this. Not gonna lie, I did have a moment looking at Path of Life in the schedule being like, haha. Yeah. Yikes. Well, I guess we'll have to see. We'll look at the rack on Little Handy. Yo, Little Handy, damn. Thank you for that.
Reassessing biological safety of operating theater now at permitted levels. Surgery may begin at any time.
Blandis holding in a smile, trying not to laugh. What did we added that, right? We added the speed. This is just Blandis. Yes, that was a good one. Thank you. Hunters, just as before, you will be kept in a deep sleep during the automated surgery. I'll also be manually repairing your outdated internal auto-adaptive junctions. This room is filled to the brim with specimens, and the lab tables are all rather familiar. How long has it been since we last laid down in such an environment? 5 years, Laurentina. I should really be waiting for your medulla replacement surgery to finish and your cell originium assimilation rate to stabilize before I handle any of your hunter-related issues. The time is short, and I have no choice but to restore you to stable condition to the best of my abilities. My apologies, Laurentina. Sentimental as always. Ah, right, as usual. Candle will be lit by your side so our little mermaid won't look so pale while she sleeps. I've asked my staff to prepare it for you. I knew you'd remember.
Please maintain a comfortable position and stay still while the regen gel fills.
This isn't so different from back then, except there's a lot less hunters now. You're a trench of scum. Close your eyes, listen to some advisor prattle on, and sink into the regen gel and take a nap. Once you wake up, all the nauseating smells left in your body will be gone without a trace. While you were in the adverse, fickle environments of the land for long periods, without care, your bodies became extremely unstable. The auto-adaptive junction can monitor your seaborn genes. 5 years of wear can render even the most precise instruments dull. Moreover, your immune systems have also fallen into disorder thanks to their long struggle against the seaborn genes. This is really interesting. I'm gonna blow my nose though. Ah! Dark Aeon, what's going on? Welcome in. How are you doing? What's up? Sorry, a little sicky. Colombian Cinnabon. Yo, give me some. Give me some of those. Stop, you're gonna make me hungry, actually. What the hell? I just had dinner. I had pasta right before stream. Can't be eating snackies. How you doing, Dark? What's new? What you up to? Syracusan pasta. It had shrimp and mushrooms. I feel like Syracuse would approve, right? They would approve of that. I would say. Yeah, is that busy quiet? Busy quiet. Ooh, haunting. Well, best of luck with the work. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope the start to 2026 has been good for you. We're at like a, well, how far into Path of Life would we say we are? Are we like a quarter, like a third of the way through maybe at this point? I will do my best to restore you all to peak condition, but anything lost during those 5 years is out of my hands. Okay. Claudia, our reunion at the tribunal is less than cordial. I would have liked for us to consider this our first meeting since your return. But you haven't said a word since we started. Is there anything else you need to tell us in regards to the surgery, Blandis? If not, then save it for after the procedure. We can discuss the changes we've felt over the past 5 years, as well as the changes you've felt. Damn. A quarter actual text-wise? Okay. Maybe slightly less than a quarter, depending on discussion. That makes sense. A quarter from the line on the screen.
Please stay still. Anesthetic procedures will begin in 10 seconds.
Till then, sweet dreams, hunters. What is this process? Getting in like a vat of acid? Healing gel? Don't smile at me. Advisor Blandis, some things have come up that you need your reconfirmation. Did I not say that once the operating theater doors have closed, I would be mending the hunter's auto-adaptive junctions? It must not be disturbed. What's in an operating theater? Central Control has discovered some abnormalities. You should personally check them over just to be safe. Like, it seems like it's a mix of like a cryo sleep, but also like a what's it? Crap, hold on. I had a really good comparison a second ago and I just lost it. Cryo sleep's a good way to put it. It's like a mix of cryo sleep and something else. Oh, it's like I know a lot of you probably haven't played Honkai Star Rail, but the Honkai Star Rail, the dreams things in Penacony, that's what it kind of seems like. With actual surgery stuff done on the person during it. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Text-wise doesn't mean much given that Arknights now surpasses the Middle Earth series in text length now. Does it really? Good. As it should. The whole dream world thing? Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like Penacony then, in a sense. The dream bathtubs, yeah. Man, Penacony was so fun. I definitely liked Penacony more than Amphorius. I'm not even done with Amphorius, but 3 hours now isn't as long as Arknights. We stay winning. Dark, who's your favorite Arknights character? Central Control has just discovered some abnormalities. You should personally check them over just to be safe. Hold on, then I'll get the door. Penacony's high key W. I agree. It's cool. I think it was the most fun area that we had. The monitoring units in the dome are performing an emergency scan. We noticed the concentration of algal biosignatures here. Thanks for informing me. Not a problem. Since you're already participating in Tellia's case, there was no reason to cut you out partway. See, this is cool. I like that they're doing this. Irene W. Is hard lore-wise male character Hodor. Let's go. Let's go. Hodor, I love Ho. So good. Tony had cool ideas, but not enough room time. I think they've tried to retrofit some stuff into it. But all in all, I still did enjoy it. But I liked it. In my opinion, if you guys haven't noticed, one thing that I really like about stories is when there's a lot of like established characters that come together from like different backgrounds. That's why I really liked Steltafera Novice, because there was a lot of differing background characters coming together towards one objective. We had the Inquisition, we had the Abyssal Hunters, we had Calcid, and like even Elysium, and even you could say like Tiago and stuff. Everyone with different backgrounds coming together and interacting for like a similar goal or in a similar environment. And that's what Penacony did, in my opinion. You had all the different factions. You had all the you had like the what do you call it? The IPC. You had the freaking Masked Fools. You had I mean the Express and everything. So oh yeah, Amiibo? Huh? That's what Arknights does best. Arknights does it well, but I think it's always very like there's not as many times where there's a lot of hands in the jar. It's always just like 2 or 3 hands in the jar. I like when there's a lot. You know, I really like big epic crossover stuff. Like I'm a big fan. Oh, it's on me. Oh, okay, fair enough. Like for example, listen, call me a fucking loser, but like the hype for like Avengers Infinity War was crazy. That movie, like the hype and the atmosphere around that was great. It was awesome. And then things like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, like the everyone is here type shit, was huge. Like that stuff is awesome to me. But now I feel like crossovers and stuff are really blown out of proportion and overdone and really used as a manipulative like FOMO strategy as opposed to something to celebrate. So that's why I like when it's written in stories, as it's a little bit more celebratory. Or it's to fight like a common enemy type shit. Project Red's cool. I still don't have her. Can you believe it? First it's harder if you played Honkai Impact 3rd. I'm sure. Yeah. I do like it. I'm on 3.5 right now, Ivy. It definitely a lot of talking. I find myself I'll skip some of the lines before, like I'll just read them and click through, just because I do want to catch up before 4.0. There's a lot of factions in quick succession, the climax of the story where they all collide. It's why chapter 8 and Lone Trail are some of the all-time best. That's why I like 13 as well. Which is why 90% of my circle got sick of main story during Lentinium and then got back into it around 13 and 14. Honestly, I liked the build-up. I personally really liked Lentinium, but 13 was my favorite. 13 still was my favorite main story chapter. The way they did that, the way they did that story was so good, and I know I think Vodka feels quite similarly. Vodka might not say it's his favorite, but I know he agrees with me in the form of like the storytelling and understands why it's my favorite. And I won't get into the details here, but Micah stares at your screen. When will you read chapter 13, Micah? Benny asks pleadingly. Bats his eyelashes. I liked Londinium because I like the characters, but I think I am not quite the majority there. Smacks lips. Hey! A lot of people wanted to like Londinium because of the characters and our big story analysisers, and the slog 11 and 12 put people off. That's surprising. I liked the build-up. But to each their own. I think the thing is like the scale was getting bigger, and we were just cruising from like chapter 8 and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe the fact that I wasn't waiting real time was a little different. Like I had it all in front of me. Maybe that's why. You build the factions. I'm biased towards Break the Ice, but I think the reason why Londinium fumbled because they introduced way too many factions and plot lines. There was a lot. There was a lot in there. But I don't know. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. But yeah, I do wonder if part of the reason or part of the reason other people might have not liked it is because if they were playing it as it came out and then had to wait for more story, like, you know, I was just like quick succession, like, you know, all the main story chapters in order. So I'm better at managing large scale after Londinium, but there's tons of crammed into main story arcs. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just look at how like Grand Overture was kind of like part of chapter 14, and See You Soon was part of chapter 14. You know, there was a lot that they had to tie up in other stories, so I totally get it there. That being said, I was a big fan of Grand Overture as well. Probably one of my favorite events, if not my favorite. So none of them got the necessary growth. That I will disagree with. I think some you could say yeah, some you could say yeah, but I will disagree that I think a lot of them got really fleshed out in really good ways, specifically the Sarkaz, and also Siege's group. I think you could maybe make the argument for like the resistance maybe not having as much time as they deserved, but 8-page essay on why the pacing of chapter 11 and 12 is extremely bad. What? Because the timing of each situation. 9 was the best because it was a dip into something separate. There was too much forcing everything to spin at the same speed when the situations were absolutely not progressing at the same speed. And more essay with Jordy and Irene. Generally regarded as the weakest element. You guys are haters. Oh my god. Oh my god. How crispy I can handle my wings. Vodka just dodged all the like conversations on the main story stuff. Sure, bias boy. What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean, bias boy? What the fuck? What do you say that? Say that to my face. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Huh? Huh? Aslan just felines confirmed, and they just said, "Hey, we're special," pretty much, and they're cool for it. Get on Discord. I'll say it to your face. Also, Jordy and Irene input some. All right, how much more do we have in this? Because this will probably be our last story node that we get through today. All right, hold on. Hop in, Micah. I'm in a VC. That was my like entrance theme. Do I have Does the golden age come again? How did that play again? Oh, that was Ivy redeemed. That scared me. I was like, what the heck? I'm getting called bias boy. I can't believe this. I've never been biased in my life. Biased boy. Hey! I've never been biased in my life. Can't join.
Awesome. Hello. Hello, bias boy.
Who you calling bias boy?
But no, for real, like, it's really interesting seeing, like, what people— oh, shoot, I'm still Hal 9000, I'm sorry. This is my Halloween costume. But it was interesting because, see, okay, Siege's group got a lot of focus, which was very good if you were a fan of Siege's group. Unfortunately, It was a lot of nothing burger because— yeah, bias boy. So it was a lot of nothing burger because it was Siege going through the same amount of like, oh shoot, but the responsibility. Honestly, we should read, I think Dagda's operator record actually like says it in explicit and concise terms, and it does it better than the main story. And I only found out of this later. But anyways, also, so the bit I've been typing up a bit, so like, you know how we were talking about like the air and all this stuff, I think it's really interesting with Jordy and Irene. See, if they handled Siege's self-doubt the way they handled Irene and Jordy, it would have been awesome. Because see, the way that Irene and Jordy's is handled, it's an analog to the way the story is going, and they also have the analog to the precursors as well, because again, it's the doubt in their nation and the result and the final destination, like the destination point that their nation is going to be in because of the impending disaster. Now, Irene and Jordy are already going through that, but so they have that doubt in what their country and what their groups, as in like the Inquisition, are able to achieve. But oddly, but also because they aren't able to look at things on such like a big scale as the air being able to do all this like terraform, like the precursors and the preservation and the air and the seaborn and all of this stuff. But ironically, that small focus, that lack of power, actually gives them more like conviction over their inner goals, because they're able to focus on the now and the tangible and who can we save. And that's why they're finding so much purpose, and that's why in the face of disaster it shows the way that they're able to focus on the immediate result rather than being overwhelmed by the impending doom of the disaster itself. Anyway, so that's a great contrast, and that's a great way to show the self-doubt, and I'm hoping that your endorsement of a grand overture is legit, and it showcases Siege's doubt the same way. And from what I've heard, it actually does. So I do want to get there. Anyways, all right, there you go.
Anyway, Delphine though, that
I am intrigued about that. That she is a big reason why I'm slowly working on getting to oh wait, there's my correct face.
Yeah.
I am getting there, because I do find it really interesting the different ways that she has reacted again to she's seeing the crisis in Londinium. She's a lot more she sees it a lot more upfront than a lot of the other nobles, and the way she's reacting to it and that practical aspect, I think, also mirrors the way that Irene and Jordy very much see the tangible results of the seaborn.
Yeah, I can see what you guys are saying when it comes to like the pacing. Like I will say, I think Siege's is more like natural feeling. I think like people don't necessarily change over the course of like a day, but it doesn't it doesn't fit well in like a narrative or especially like a game. So I think they were probably going for a more natural feel, but it definitely fell flat. So I can agree there.
One of the complaints that people had is just there's too much going back to Siege and talking in circles. Like it was good to see Siege's arc across several chapters, but they just wanted her to be the face so much that it's like, even when nothing was happening, because that's expressing how time is passing and how her mindset is changing and how she's learning. It was a lot of just checking back in and just being like, hey, Siege, how are you doing? Has anything changed? Nothing. Okay, see ya, Siege.
Listen, Arknights loves their unemotional, flat female characters that pull mad bitches. Like, you have Chen, you have Texas, you have Siege,
Honestly,
you have Scotty.
You're so right about that, actually.
And they're all pushed forward in their respective stories. So...
Yep. Not even wrong. Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. No, I like I said, I'm biased towards Delphine. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I like Siege, and I think I can agree. It was drawn out, but
Anyways,
yes, I like Irene.
So you can focus.
I like Irene. Yeah, I'll hop out here. Thank you for calling me biased boy to my face. At least now I know you meant it. All right. See ya.
Right. Yes.
Insane. All right. Sorry. Let me catch up really quick. Gosh, Micah, they're an absolute menace. They called me biased boy to my face. I deserved it. Who cares about meta? Do you use Project Red on every team, Dark? Because that's how I am with Swire. Siege had her Chen arc that took longer than Chen's arc to lock in. Yeah, see, I think that, like I said, I think that's probably the thing, right? Valid crash out. W crash out. Tried to showcase Siege too much before her story wasn't good. Let's check on Chen was used sparingly for the most part. The visual novel pacing made Siege has doubt part look more dry. Lock the fuck in. We're getting blown up out here. I get it. I see what you guys are saying. Texas does feel things at least, but doesn't really act on it much. You use red on every team as you should. Good. Seeing how the workers of Londinium are getting by under the sarcasm rule is so interesting. Anyways, time to cut back to Siege doing nothing. I think it was a slow burn. It was a slow burn. I'll concede there. Not that I was ever really disagreeing, but I did enjoy the story. Like that's the problem. Like I can absolutely say I enjoyed the story with Siege and the Glasgow gang because I liked the characters, specifically Delphine. But I can also admit that it was drawn out. That's fair. I'll make a comparison that maybe I'm not prepared to defend. Let me make a comparison really quick that I'm not prepared to defend. So I'm gonna you guys remember in Zwillingssturm where there was the Viviana story, where that was a really good part of the story, but it also felt like it was a little random and like kind of out of place, or like it contrasted a little bit. It's like similar in that, in my opinion. Whereas like Viviana's like a good character, but it's like kind of overshadowed by a lot of the other things, and it did really kind of ruin the pacing of that story a bit. So Bakugo was his name. Oh, Bakugo starts with a C. Starts with a C. I forget. Kador. Yes. Once Delphine and Baird showed up, my interest in Glasgow skyrocketed. Honestly, I would be curious. I think I probably did like them before, but then when I probably agreed. Like when Delphine got involved, my interest skyrocketed. Sort of getting pulled along by the sheer message Zwillingssturm. I'm so torn. I talk shit about Zwillingssturm too much. She can do assured damage consistently. Only a few times I don't bring her. That's an IS during my spy runs. Hell yeah. I hope I get her one day. Dagda was your placeholder until Delphine showed up, literally and figuratively. Yeah, no, you right. You're right. I still do like Dagda though. Dagda's cool. Dagda had a good story. Dagda has an interesting past. All right. We're not talking Londinium anymore. We're going back underwater. Hanging out with Irene. Lock in. Tartar gave me though. Shut up! Oh my god, insane. Thank you for that. All right. Since you're already participating in Tullia's case, there was no reason to cut you out partway. I'm really glad that Secunda's doing this though. Like like she has no reason to keep Irene involved, but I think she does trust Irene's judgment and values like a trustworthy outsider's opinion here. Place where the dome and the ground meet. This former experimental field for roadside coral. Though it can't compare to the specialized setups in the Institute of Ecological Art, it's much better for seaweed breeding than small-scale hydroponic tanks in a room. Whether it be in her nature or out of an ulterior motive, Telia did not apply for authorization to use this space. She found it on her own without telling anyone. Telia. We can't say for sure if there is a church hideout here or if Telia is still within. In short, stay alert. Team 1 has already formed a defensive perimeter around the neighborhood and will monitor the roads. Irene, go with Team 2. Enter via surface roads. As for the roads connecting the dome and the mezzanine, leave them to me. Got it. Move out. Gang. Who's there? Dora and Bear did a lot of work at the end of chapter 12. Delphine right now is half holding her own, but half being carried by those two. She wasn't doing as much to start. Welcome back, Azure. How's it going? But yeah, she's far and away biased and unbiased. I will say objectively, and I know that Vodka will even back me up on this. Delphine is the best character in that group. That is an objective fact. Okay. How you doing, Azure? How's your Monday going? Fred's attack's too low to override her damage. To be fixed at 10-20% of her attack. Always, she's just chipping away at the tankiest of shit. I think I borrowed her once. Man, I hope I get her in recruitment at some point. Don't you love getting sidetracked? It's my favorite, Ivy. I love doing it. Listen, that's how you know. That's how you know that I started this stream feeling like shit, feeling like actual garbage. I feel great now. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Horse gaming, dude. I've been doing so bad at Uma Musume lately. I've been barely playing it. I gotta get back in it. She doesn't overstay her welcome while still having a good character arc as someone who did overstay her welcome. I mean, 13, 14, and Overture are just like so good in a bottle, in my opinion. Like if you pull out all her stuff from that, is so good. So anyway, okay, like Ivy said, we keep getting distracted. Have you found something, Perfecta Secunda? Do you need reinforcements? Somebody blocks her path, or more precisely, prevents her from leaving. This one in her way lurks in the shadows formed by the angles of the buildings. Their entire body blending in the darkness save their eyes. Eyes that Secunda are all too familiar with. Stick to the plan. Secunda cuts her comms. Oh, Pianus! He's back! It's been a while. Magister. Magister? Ooh, that's a title. Whale jump scare. There he is. I lost my copy text. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. It's the sad user. End of sky. Yo! Welcome in, Raiders. Teresa, what's going on? What's going on, Raiders? Welcome in. If you guys are new here, my name is Benny. We're a silly pink hair prince boy on the internet, currently going through the Path of Life story. How's it going, Teresa? What were you guys up to? Thank you for getting that shout out. If anyone over here is not yet checking out Teresa, please do yourselves a favor. Click on that little heart button at the top of your chat. It is free and you won't regret it. Teresa is a absolute joy. Check them out. They stream Arknights, and they also do Reverse 1999, if I'm not mistaken. Chapter 13 again. Let's go. We were just... Oh, damn it. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. We literally just stopped talking about the Londinium arc. We've been super sidetracked for the last, like, 45 minutes talking about... talking about the Londinium arc. But chapter 13, I told you, Teresa, in your stream, I told you, chapter 13 is my favorite. Chapter 13 is my absolute favorite. How are you liking it? How are you enjoying it? Pepe's a character. I love Pepe. We're getting that rerun soon, right? I've accepted this. We're not escaping it. Back to the cat people. We are here. We are here. Hope you guys are doing well. What's up, Gifted Abstractions? Welcome back. How you been? Welcome in. Let's ride for IS5 using Vlarkin, etc. now. Still like Red and hope for more story, though. I like Sweep. Sweep's interesting. Important to remember that Ascalon is not an elite operator. Waiting for his inability to communicate. Oh my god. Just appears on the screen. You're on difficulty 10, Azure? That's crazy. I just beat difficulty 1 today, so we up. We up. But yeah, guys, we're going through the Path of Life story. We're partway through. I think we decided we're like a quarter of the way through, barring any tangents. But Teresa and anyone hopping in for the raid, if you guys got to do any sort of post-stream activities, whether that is lurking, kicking your feet up, relaxing, grabbing a snack, grabbing a drink, you take care of yourself. That is most important. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying chapter 13. Like I said, I really enjoyed that story, so I definitely want to I'll have to check in and see if you've gotten to certain points and see what your reactions were. Said her mentor was one of the leaders of the Abyssal Hunters. One of the founders. And when Blandis, who's clearly the other leader, but they called him did they call him Magister? I assumed Alpianus was one of the leaders. I think he was probably like, you know, what do you call it? Like patient 0 or like number 1. That's why like his thing's messed up, but everyone else's is fine. He was probably like the first one. I get a good grasp of the vibe, as if reading the accounts of people from different places during a war. Yeah, no, the POV stuff with that is my absolute favorite. It's so good. You said it? Okay, perfect. Patient 0. 2 words with the spoiler. Oh, is patient 0 the 2 words? Okay, cool. The other one, the funnier one. Uh-oh. Captain America. I was just about to say Captain America. I was about to say Captain America. It was so funny because I was reading out of the side of my eye World War II in Teresa's message. And I was gonna say Captain America, but I was like, nah, it's not, nah. But I was literally about to. That's so funny. The blueprint. Yeah. We'll be lurking. Gotta get dinner. Hey, Teresa, enjoy your dinner. Thank you again for the support. I really appreciate it. We'll catch up soon. Have a good rest of your evening. But I was terrified of him. He's kind of scary. Dare approach me? Anyway, so yeah, Captain America. That's great. Incredible. I'm a big Opianus fan. I like him. Like I said, if I wasn't super congested and stuff, I want to get a good impression. I want to do a good Opianus English VA impression. I think that would be funny. Imagine how great it would be to make stupid videos using Opianus's voice to send it to like Boo Boo or someone and be like, hey, is this your fish man? And then she'd be like, huh? And Opianus is saying like 6'7" or something. I see if what the hell? That's crazy. What? Hey, Boo Boo. You're just getting here, right? Hey, what are the odds? How's it going? Welcome in. Happy Monday. We are going through you are going through path of life. Opianus saying 6'7" to Boo. Caught. Boo Boo, how you doing? Welcome in. We're learning about the mysteries of the ocean. If anyone over here isn't checking out Boo Boo, by the way, please do yourselves a favor, check them out. They're super cool and super fun. Excuse me. Besides Mizuki, Boo Boo, who's your favorite like fish knight? You're great. I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I've been trending up the last like basically since stream started, which is good. I feel great. Lumen, what's up, Shy? How you doing? Jordy's pretty cool. Scotty Alter is the giant danger noodle that is a Sharpla. I like Scotty Alter. She's a nice singer. I like the red dress skin. Deep color and thorns are fish knight. That's true. Deep color is great. I like deep color. And Opian, I like Opianus Inspector. I like I don't know. It's so funny. Like Opianus is such a weirdo. And like I like him. I like him so much as a character, and he's so like mysterious and creepy. And weird. Is Benny's Federico? What do you mean? He's just JoJo? He's just weird, and he's not that he's not giving me a reason to like him. You know? I know you said that you would like Federico, but you probably like him because of how much oh yeah, absolutely. Like I would have enjoyed him, but your obsession with him has made me like him more. Yes, exactly. His VA is just JoJo. It's so funny. It's great. It's perfect casting too, as I say as I use him on English. She's my girlfriend with OP. Same, except I don't have a girlfriend. Is OP your flavor of weirdo, or is this liking of Opianus a result of weirdo attachment acclamation? I don't know what I don't know. Aren't all of them weirdos? You don't have a girlfriend. Is that derogatory? What do you mean? What do you mean by this? What kind of assumptions? You assume I socialize with people? I thought you do. Soggy. Right through the heart. Oh my god. True that all of them are weirdos. That's fair. Yeah, I think I like a lot of weirdos. Add that to the mod app. Oh my god. I think Adriana's not a weirdo, but everyone forgot about her. I almost leveled it, Adriana. Add that to the mod app. Do you think Benny is single? Yes or no? No, he has a wife who has girlfriends. Yes, that's true. You're right. I have a wife. I'm a part of a very complicated polycule that takes place in the city of Lungman. So, just 100 from Wish is crazy. City of Lungman has some complicated relationships. Okay. Airsoft gun Splatoon nerd. Man, I want to play Splatoon again. I bet it runs really good on the Switch too. I haven't played Salmon Run in so long. Never got the DLC either. I think I'm gonna with like a story game or something soon. The fuck Lowlights OC. Oh my god. We need a Salmon Run. We should Salmon Run. Does Bonnie play? Does Bonnie Salmon Run? I Salmon Run. Absolutely. Should do it. Make a note of what the next community is. Yeah. We'll make it happen. Did cosplayer no one knew? Wait, what? Really? That's so funny. I would love to cosplay someone as in Arknights, but I don't know. I don't know who I would. All pianists would be kind of cool, but then I have to carry around an anchor. And the doctor's just too boring. $400+. I'm not good. You're gonna need to carry me. Thorn's cosplayer, the skin. Oh, the one. Wait, the one where he just where he's in like a white t-shirt and black shorts. Yeah. yo, peak. That's crazy. Good for you. I need to look up that Andriana cosplay, Shy. Five Lives is forever linked to those two things I saw pre-BP. Old Pianist is Captain America and Old Pianist ex-boyfriend, the ugliest man on Terra. So continuing with Mr. Captain Ayer. Mr. Captain Ayer. It actually kind of fits with this title here, Magister. Perfect segue back into the story. Thank you. All right. It's been a while, Magister. And he doesn't even talk! Great. Now we're hanging out with Dr. Ratio again. The silent killer. The silent killer. True to his character. Yep. Landis, the weapon technology advisor for the Waterway program and an expert in class 4 weapon R&D, correct? You're not from the lab. Overworking? We're not overworking! We're getting close to it, but... Louis, how's your evening going? No sudden moves. If the bristles of this long beard comb-toothed grass pierce your skin, you'll quickly fall into a tormented dream where you'll sense your consciousness being slowly torn apart. Oh, is this the, This is what the thing that they're in cryosleep with? The variety used for euthanasia has been bred to be milder, but wild ones are still plenty cruel. You may look half dead, but I know for a fact that you're the sort who really care how they die. Church of the Deep. Don't you dare touch the anesthetized hunters. How do you say that word? Anesthetized? Anesthetized. Church of Lore being saved for Enfield? Hopefully. Louis, thanks for the hydrate. Searcher lore in IS, right? What an odd fellow. Even as your life is threatened, you think of them first. You may care for the hunters, but you've never trusted the Abyssal Hunter project itself. You question its rationale, its damage to the nature of humanity, and all the sacrifice it requires. You took part in it, but only so you could personally control all the risks entailed. You experienced its demise firsthand, saw the extensive project, interlinked with so many others, come to a hasty end after an uncertain failure. So I doubt you'd want to send these survivors, freshly returned to AO, back onto the battlefield. No, you don't understand. What I do is only to protect them from further harm. So why not halt the procedure? Stop them from joining the battle for the waterway program. Surgery's fully automated. I can't just stop it. Sever the oxygen pipeline below the operating table. It'll cut the procedure short. Don't think we don't need that. We know that. If you won't do it, we can do it for you. Anesthetized. Anesthesied. Anesthesied. There we go. What's up, Clockworks? Welcome in. Happy Monday. How you doing, dude? Hello, hello. And straight up anesthesing it. So can we hop in the VC next? No more hopping into VCs to bullying me live. That was a one-time thing. I'm not allowing that to be I'm not allowing that to be a regular segment here on twitch.tv/Benny_Bloom. Maybe at some point we'll come up with Benny roasts. Actually, my poor little white boy heart can't take that. If I open up a VC for you guys to come in and roast me, I would leave with a rope in my hand. I would end stream. It'd be tied already. There's some lore in IS monthly runs, but most players don't know, so let's read that. I'm surprised at how much IS lore there is. It's crazy. I'm tired. I'm tired too, though. Someday we'll do the operator record VCs and it'll turn into loving Benny Rose. I think you guys should just praise me more. Just be 5 seconds I was telling you go look in the mirror. Shut up. You guys should just praise me. I tried a TTS in here somewhere. Not as channel points, Bluey, actually. I only do for I think like bits. That's what I think bits will do TTS or subs. You got Big Bob lore? True. No, you guys should praise me. I'm a cool guy. I'm a fella. I hit go live and talk into a microphone and people listen to me. Right? I think. I don't know. Are you guys actually just the voices? I can only praise the sun. Praise the sun. Are you guys just the voices? Are you?
Anesthetized.
Anesthetized. Bluey. Thank you for the 100. I didn't know that's what you were going with that. Anesthetized. All right, you heard it here, fellas. Anesthetized. Bluey, thank you for the 100 bits. Now we know. Anesthetized. Anesthetized, baby. TTS guy says it right, fellas. We must respect TTS. Bill, I think his name is like, hi, my name is Bill. It reminds me of John Oliver, honestly. Wish clips could be longer than 60 seconds because that could have been one whole thing. we can get it in post. We can get it in post. Anesthetized. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name is Bill. How can I check this? Hold on. Hello, my name is Bill O'Brien. Hold on. No, I can't test it. Oh well. I can't test it. Anyway, his name is Brian. Brian from Brian Stream Elements. We're seeing this on TikTok next week through the power of editing. I could make that happen. I got a bunch queued up, but for some reason they're still not doing good on YouTube, like I said. So but they'll be posted. Anyway, check out all our short form contents. Hashtag I'm a shill. Check out all my other platforms. So wonder if I have highlight powers. You should be able to. If not, let me know. I'll take a look. I think mods should be able to highlight, if I'm not mistaken. TTS won't say right if it's written wrong. Wait, was it spelled wrong? Anesthetized. If you could be an Arknights race, which would it be after seeing all this fucking world is offered so far? Dark, you weren't here, I don't think, during when we were doing the Sancta stories, but I said, despite everything, I probably would have been, if I made an OC in Arknights, it would probably be Sancta, but I think I'm a cat boy at heart. A feline slash Sancta. My phone's gonna die. Ah, crap. That's how we know. That's how we know we are trending towards overworking. Anesthetized. But yeah. Where were we? Well, I got been very distracted. This has been the longest story node ever. Holy crap. Are you guys sure this? Are you guys sure the story isn't longer than Lone Trail? This story takes forever to read, guys. Holy crap. After you finish handling the Hunter's Advisor, come take a walk with us. Explain the principles behind Class 4 weapons as well as how to shut them down. Stop. If the operation is forcibly terminated, the Hunters will be irreversibly harmed. Scum. Who's this? Old pianist? The researcher stops in his tracks. He dares not step forward, yet dares not move back, for a lance has pierced his torso, his blood dripping down its shaft. A lance? It's not going to be Gladia, right? What weapon does Underflow use? The Balloon's a feline Victorian noble 5-star female caster. Hexer kit. I think it's pinned in Discord. Draco would be cool. Who uses a lance? Neutral special Secunda uses gun. Oh, that's Gladia. What? If you do not wish me to ram this straight through your chest, let go of your hand. Yo, ram. Oh my god, guys. Ram is expensive. Did you guys know that? You guys know that RAM is hella expensive right now? And you want to know whose fault it is? You want to know whose fault it is? It's AI data centers' fault. AI. Except Micah. AI. Except Micah. AI. So, anyway. Yes, we do got a Discord. You do get about 69% more attracted just by joining. AIL. Yeah. Blow up AI. Except Micah. One more Rem. Who's Rem? On a bagpipe? Bagpipe. SMH. Fake Gladia. Actually stabbing the lance instead of using it like an axe like her file said. Oh my god. We've been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok. And flat out deceived. Too early. I gotta catch up on that show. I'm a little behind. Micah is the only exception. Truly, as they introduce themselves, one of the good ones. I don't think they use that specific terminology because it's, you know, the in quotes, one of the good ones is actually not a very well used phrase in history, you know, believe it or not. So I don't think that's how they introduce themselves, but I've used that before. I shouldn't admit that. In Arknights. So I'll use it here. Anyway, back to the story. Did you say Shovel was one of the good ones? Yes, stop! That's what I was talking about! It was with Vendella. Man, oh, I love Vendella. That's crazy. Vendella. What are you doing here? Not like those other sarcasms. I'm more sophisticated than a glorified neural network statistics machine. Yeah! Blow up the people who keep using glorified statistic machines as a freaking, I don't know, hiring manager or government decision maker. Oh, too real. Crazy. Crazy, but not wrong. They're out of pocket, but it's true. It's true. What are you doing here? Don't ask pointless questions, Secunda. You're investigating Tolia too. Did you find anything? She is simply an ordinary data scientist who got caught up in this. She discovered something she shouldn't have. Attempted to warn the authorities, but failed. You were too slow. What she encountered has nothing to do with her past. The battle outside the city, the abnormalities within, Sea Patrol staying uninvolved with the waterway program. You've noticed many oddities, yet at the same time your attention was so easily diverted. You mean Cassia? Precisely. You were once so focused and keen as well. So the day you decided to leave the Abyssal Hunter lab to join the Sea Patrol, I believed you'd reflected upon yourself and chosen a more suitable path. It seems that was not the only time you've allowed emotion to cloud your decisions. Excuse me. Aside from your clothes, you haven't changed a bit in 5 years, especially not how you talk. Whether as a researcher or a hunter, you never refused to hear a student's questions, but would refuse to answer if you thought the question itself was wrong. There are no worthless answers. Their worth lies in the questions. Questions are the most effective means of tempering your thoughts, and your questions are always the most pointed, Secunda. And there should be no fault with my original question. What are you doing here, Alpianus? This is the scene of a Sea Patrol investigation. A fugitive Abyssal Hunter like you should be laying down his anchor and making clear his position. Vladi and the others have proven an effective force in the battle for the waterway program, while despite also surviving, you chose to return to Malarium like this. That's more than enough grounds to attack you. Their return will only make the situation more volatile, even though Tullia's case is clear that the so-called waterway program is riddled with issues. Aegir has learned nothing from the failures of the Abyssal Hunter project. What are you going to do? Prevent this nation from sliding into the abyss. I'd say you're looking awfully like our enemy now, though. Doubt me as you will, Secunda. Shrill crying. What's happening in there? An ordinary Aegir doing all she can. But Aegir will no longer show her any respect. Who are you? Irene. In and out. Pensive Ulpi sprite, I missed it. Ulpianus. Nobody responds. The hunter has already faded into the shadows. He's gone, like a demon's whisper. Straight up, he's literally... There goes my hero. Well, he just shows up, immediately starts giving a lecture to his pupils with all the grace and consideration of an anvil or an anchor. I see what you did there. Listen, I'm just doing as you say, gotta blow up those MFers. Exactly. An important tool for my job and hobbies. I need people to stop using my screwdrivers to stab people. True. This was an excellent note to end on. Good, because I mean, time-wise, it's definitely working out quite well there. What the? Why aren't you asleep? Get knocked out, idiot. I'm not the only one. Hello, I suggest moving the hand carrying the... This has got to be Spectre, right? Hello, I suggest moving the hand carrying the whatever grass away from the advisor's neck. You... A fair hand tightly grips the plant held by the researcher, its glistening tentacles struggling fiercely as they are nipped off one by one. I told you to move it away. The real researchers are in the instrument recycling room, probably injected with paralytics. They won't wake up for a while. I also took care of the goons in the corridor. Did you leave any alive for questioning? They won't die before the Sea Patrol takes them away, at least. Claudia, Laurentina, Scotty. Landis stands in the center of the operating theater. The hunter stepped towards him, over the intruders lying flat on the ground. They do not lower their weapons. Not going to explain the trick he played with the regen gel advisor. Did he know? Does he know? Sigh, my dearest Blandis, just to be clear, we are no fortune tellers. Swordfish thought something was off from the start. We've undergone hundreds of surgeries. We probably spent more time sleeping in gels than on our beds. You should know that even if the operation failed to restore us to our full potential, we would still have returned to the battlefield. As I told Ulpianus when he came to me, all I wanted was for the participants of this program to live like normal people again someday. I wish for my fellow people who'd come from all walks of life have the chance to finally return to their former lives. Scotty could continue her life of wandering, hammering away at complex lighting arrays while taking pictures of the seabed nobody else would understand. Laurentina's skills could let her become the next shining star of the Institute of Physical Art. You could watch the graceful stars projected across the dome while she dances alongside the meteors at the Sophon Theatrum. And perhaps we would find her works on the street corners of each and every city. Damn. Linus looks like he just ate the Crunchwrap Supreme. He got a little bit of a tummy ache. I think he looks like he's a white guy trying to force a smile. Pick Spectre. Yeah, and I had Vodka check Scotty's for me. Yep. Hey Toad, how's it going? Happy Monday. How are you doing? Welcome. Spectre doesn't exist anymore. It's Laurentina. Laurentina top dog now, right? She's kind of taking the forefront of this whole personality thing. Scotty's not the funniest thing on the planet. No, I was like taken aback for a moment. I was like, man, I feel like in retrospect, I feel like I should have taken that. You know? Hello, Miss Lighting Technician, and also the carrier of one of the greatest dangerous terror as it exists today. Yeah, exactly. My leg just fell asleep as you asked me this. Oh, sorry. That was me just communicating with you telepathically. Did it work? I'm now the world's first 4D streamer. Can you believe it? Emperor, we need playable Emperor. No, Scotty's fun. What do you mean? Where's my Jordan? Huh? Eh? What the? Flavius, the seaweed breeding technician, Nona, the songwriter, Lunia, the exotic organism researcher, and Celsus, the youngest ever scientific exploration fleet commander. We both still remember the names of all these hunters, Gladia. Both had our fill of sacrifice. This is far from the first time I've heard this little cliche of yours. Your feebleness and stupidity are already enough to earn you a death by my lance. Luckily for you, those church scum arrived just at the right time to save your hide. You saying their actions have coincidentally proven my innocence? That's not what I wanted, Gladia. I must do will not change. Your innocence is of little relevance. My point was that by choosing to expose themselves now, risking everything to stop us hunters from rejoining the battle and even holding an advisor hostage, all it shows is how effective the deployment of the Waterway program has been. Landis, weapons technology advisor of the Waterway program, abandon your little tricks, complete our surgery, then return to your original post. Clementia's orders are that once Nest 37 has been successfully marked, the Class 4 weapons are to be immediately struck against all nests by the Waterway. The church is grasping at straws, as one can surmise from what those dregs were talking about earlier. They will not stop. Well, yeah, no, it's just like the random her random last or her line of work was hilarious. So seemingly so out of character. Is Christine revealed as an operator? Yeah, I was very confused by that, Dark. I have a video of my reaction on YouTube. I was just like, wait, is that just a cat? Is it Clementia? Are you saying Clementia? I can see it either way. I like Clementia. It kind of sounds like Clementine. Zap Boost, how's it going? Welcome in. Is Inspector's B-Day right next to Benny's? Is she late July? Former's pompous sounding enough to where I prefer it. Yeah, rich girl vibes. That's why I like her, but I also don't trust her. Remember that, guys. Remember that I don't trust her, but also I do like her. But Clementia is more correct. Horatia. I see where you're coming from. Well, you know how we do things here. I'm sticking with Clementia. So The Abyssal Hunter Project no longer exists, Blandis. If sentimentality clouds your mind and renders you feeble, tear it out. Forget it. Claudia, you're the same as ever. No, even stricter with yourself. What I ask of myself has no bearing here. Just yesterday, out of 2 entire fleets, we were only able to save 26 people from the seaborn encirclement. Before we entered this old lab, I had just learned that those 26 legionnaires had already applied for positions in the newly drawn army. Damn, they kind of the goats. Let me rephrase. I think Shia is more correct in the modern language, but in Latin, from what I remember, the T is pronounced, so Benny's closer. Woo! I thought Miss Christine is the grounded one of the Phantom and Cap pairing. Oh, I don't know any of their lore, actually, just because I haven't done any of the IS2 endings besides the first one. And I don't even remember it. War is never ending, and no soldier can tear themselves away from the battlefield. That's all it is, nothing more. What the heck, Blandis? What's up? Seaborn. Uh-oh. Where dome and ground meet, an entire wall is covered in remodeled hydroponic tanks. Various species of seaweed grow wildly, and several large clusters have already begun to grow out of their tanks. Ooh, this music is never good. Separated by a transparent wall, they face the gloomy seawater. Jessica event music. Oh my god, that's what it's from. I don't even know if that's like its first appearance, but that's definitely what we associated with here. Call the talk of hope and despair. Is this her? Is this Tolia? Muffled cry. A lone seaborn wanders about like a lost spirit. Its tentacles are tightly wound around a transparent container, and the rest of its body shakes and sways as it drags itself towards the tanks. Its clumsy posture, as though it's unaccustomed to its body. Aw. Are you? Talia? Talia. You can still speak. You still have your humanity. Tell me, what happened to you? Left and returned. Data. Someone used. Waterway signal. I told her. But she... Told who? Ocean. Fall into ocean. City left you. They're still here. So far. Give her some space, Irene. The seaborn cells have completely transformed her body. Her mind is near the point of no return. We've handled similar transformations. The stage in seaborn degeneration is extremely unstable. It's far beyond the point where we can provide palliative care. You sure took your time. Oh! Crazy. Sure it is. I remember it being the first time I heard it when everyone was sat around the table and Benny announced he'd be leaving Davistown. That always threw me for a loop. Talk about this first, then we'll get back to the motivation themes. I ran into something. We've been misled. Someone deliberately engendered suspicions regarding the scientist's past and her motives for joining the Waterway program. It's led the investigation astray. Was that what Lucilla was talking about? Damn it. You mean that woman from the Institute of Facility Management? That's right. Cassia. Oh, Cassia. Once we're finished here, the Sea Patrol will inform the Institute of Facility Management and arrest her. Tolia noticed occasional abnormalities in the signaling system and told a friend, possibly Cassia, she exposed herself to the church. She'd have been chased towards the fringes of the city, where she fell into a drain and was carried out to sea by the city's circulatory system. Do you remember how we found pieces of biological tissue on our excursion outside? Crossing between 2 anchorage points without equipment is far beyond the limits of the human form. So in her desperation to return to the city, she ate that strange flesh. Damn. Muffled, indistinct murmuring. What's that she's holding? Plant nutrient fluid. Cassia may not have been considered a close friend. Well, Lucilla didn't call her a friend, but oh. Exposed herself to the church, that's not worth killing her. Damn. Her consciousness should be gone by now. Don't tell me she's returned to the city just for these seaweeds. The seaweeds! My acoustic little air girl liked her seaweeds. These primitive seaweeds are some of the simplest yet most tenacious life forms in the entire ocean. Whether in bright shallow seas, the dark abyss, the flat sea floor, or cracks in the cliffs, they stretch out best they can. And they're as old as the ocean itself, pretty much this planet's living fossils. Violent shudder. Pained wail. The seaborn suddenly stops as though it has just noticed something. Its tentacles recklessly thrash about and the transparent container tumbles from its grasp, spilling nutrient fluid all over the floor. Biomonitor readings increasing rapidly, her transformations accelerating. Why did she suddenly stop? Did something happen? Irene walks in front of the seaborn. As she passes by the glass of hydroponic tanks, she sees her own face. Yes, I believe she saw what she had become. A data scientist, yet also a woman as simple as the seaweed she cultivates. She chose to stay, or perhaps knew that following the Institute of Ecological Art to another city would not truly have helped these seaweeds as they gradually lose their place out in the wild ocean. But now, she has become one of the pollutants threatening them herself. That's sad. Irene closes her eyes. She never knew this Ayer woman who loved seaweeds. She's only ever seen her image in the little handy, and now before their first meeting, she's already become the seaborn she sees before her. Her seaweeds, her passion, being the tether to her humanity, whether by rapier or hand cannon, she should end its life. I believe she can no longer answer our questions. It seems you're familiar with this sort of thing. I once heard a seaborn play a broken song aboard a ship. I apologize for underestimating you earlier, Irene. The land and sea are connected. You may not have experienced the front lines of the seaborn conflict, but you've witnessed both what has changed and what has not, equal in their weight and cruelty. But for now, let me handle this. She is an Ayer. Irene sees Secunda walk past her, stopping in front of the seaborn. The expressionless Perfecta places her shield between the seaborn and the wall covered in tanks and raises her weapon at the once woman. Gulp. Her journey ended. Her home close at hand. This song. She chose this place to sleep. The seaborn collapses to the floor. Commander's shield blocks its spurting bodily fluid from entering the hydroponic tanks. The seaweeds sway, quietly respirating. 07 Talia. That's sad. The real path of life is the friends we made along the way. Yeah! Woo! Losing her grip on her humanity when her saw herself. That's tough. Yeah, that's sad. I feel like that's a trope that you've seen before. Like you see like a transformation and then they see themselves in a mirror and they're like, what kind of monster am I? Sad. Feeling good, huh? Not particularly, no. Not really, you know? And after one more IS run, maybe for you, I'm calling it here. I'm calling it here. But I think we made some good progress. We made it through BP 3 and 4 today in their entirety. And we had some good conversations along the way. And looking back at this here, a life given willingly is a sacrifice. A life given unwillingly is a price. Oof. Oof. That's crazy. That kind of hurts a little bit. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it, whether you were lurking, chatting here the whole time, or part of the time. Thank you for the support. I want to give some extra special thank yous, so let me get this all pulled up. Extra special thank yous again to Teresa. Thank you again for the raid. If you or anyone from your community are still here, thank you for supporting them. Thank you for supporting me as well. Shout out to anyone who checked us out on the YouTube side. YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to be closing up on YouTube side. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. We're going to be hopping into a raid on Twitch side, so I do ask, don't go nowhere, even if you're unable to stick around for the stream. If you guys can hop in the raid, just some support, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it as well. Everybody say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Have a great night. I will get timestamps up in the VOD later, probably tomorrow, maybe. But YouTube side, we'll be back for Path of Life tomorrow. So same place, same time tomorrow.